Get ready tonight. Gonna make this a night to remember. Get ready tonight. Gonna make this a night to remember. Look at my glasses. I swear, is it just me? Or since the Kanika Jenkins thing with Irene's glasses, every time somebody wears sunglasses or glasses, I'm looking through the screen. Look at me looking at me through the screen. Yes. Oh, my DMCs can't do that. Hold on. Let's see the turn light out. Still can see it, but I had to flex the DMCs for a second. So while we get started and get ready to have a pajama jammy, babe, tonight, gonna make this a night to remember. Get ready tonight. Gonna make this a night to remember. Oh, I'm jamming. So we're gonna throw back today. We're gonna use the chalkboard we haven't in a while. Not chalkboard, but the board. Throwback Sunday. Pajama jammy style. Pajama jammy style. Wait, pajama jammy jam. I'm like, wait, what we put pajama jam style? I'm like, wait, that's not our logo. It's pajama jammy jam. Count that to my dyslexia and my left hand too. But y'all, oh my goodness. I'm gonna take these sunglasses off. I'm tired of looking at me looking at the screen. You know what I mean? I'm tired of seeing it. But y'all, first thing I want to do, since this is the last month of the year, last month of 2025, this year has gone like a jet. It's been a lot. It's been a lot in the tabloids. It's been a lot in the world. It's been a lot with politics. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. But Hunty, it would take all year to break down the year and all that. So today we are going to talk some YouTube. And first, I'm going to tell you that I'm coming here as a subscriber, not a content creator, because I don't think y'all understand the power in subscribers. Like, not only the power, the fact that since we don't know each other personally, you have no idea what people watch, what they've seen, what they know, what they've heard, wherever they were. But before we do that, I want to say this year, for me, I can't wait to do the story time. It might be today, because today I just feel like a bunch of story times. I just feel like that today. I just feel kind of pajama jammy. Listen, I got my hair braided yesterday, and it's still a little tight. Now, I've been braiding my hair. My hair is growing so much, but I've been braiding my hair up, and I'm planning to braid it for a whole year because it's growing so great. But if sometimes my eyebrows are giving you Doughboy, giving you Ice Cube, that's the braids. That's the braids. I didn't go get them done. Anyway, this year, I wanted to sit back and, like I told you all, prove that YouTube's possibilities are bigger than just beefing. It's bigger than arguing. It's bigger than how many people you have in a chat. That doesn't even speak with this much of your channel. It really does. So if you grow everything else, that part right there will grow itself, because everything else will grow. So this year I wanted to do more of me working with editing, because I told you all, the inner me, the dream child, is a director, is a producer, is an editor, doing all these things. That's me. So I wanted to do that. And I wanted to take some things about YouTube and make OMG moments and simple stuff. And then step up my game, start really using stuff, start really using layovers and understanding this and timing and all this. I want to get to know it. So, and I want to learn it step by step, and I have to be hands-on to learn it. So I said, while your brain is in these different fogs of life, not because of YouTube, but of life, while my life is doing that, while I'm doing some transitions in life, I said, while you doing that, sit on the back burner, but continue to grow your channel. And I want to thank every subscriber, because in 2025, I did over 1,000 subscribers. And as a small channel, that is really good. And it's organic. It didn't come from me degrading, humiliating, taking topics that well, we talked about Diddy and things of that nature, but you all know what I mean, where you don't really care about it. I have had a thing for Diddy. to go after Diddy for what I feel he was since Notorious Big died. That's not new for me. So I didn't jump on a bandwagon as far as I'm concerned. I just had a place and a platform, and that's where your voice should be spoken, and I did that. So, and I'm going to continue to do that. And there's some things I don't, because the truth is, more than half of the world isn't ready for the real conversation. They just want to throw insults and non-facts or hearsay or, and that's never going to get us anywhere in a lot of conversations. But in doing that, I also sat back and I felt like a subscriber again. I was watching, like I always do from the throne. I'm not in your bushes. I'm not hiding from you. Matter of fact, I don't go in anyone's chat. We'll go in anyone's videos incognito because I want you to know I was there. I want, when you go on your algorithm, you to know that I came in. I want you to know that if I say I heard it myself. And even if I heard it because somebody was talking about it and I thought, well, you know what? I want to go see that for myself. I want to go hear what's really going on. So that's what I did this year. And y'all been on fire. There's been a lot of contradictions. There's been a lot of lies. The usual stuff, a lot of backstabbing, a lot of, if we go from last December to this December, look who's friends, look who wasn't. Oh my God, it's been so much. But this week. So I'm going to start by literally, where do I want to start? I want to start with Val. So Evangelist Val. If you don't know who Evangelist Val is, I'm going to give you my story and my history with Evangelist Val. So a few years back, I used to watch, what is her name? Allie, Sparkle Allie. I used to watch her. And at one point, and I've always watched King Payne. I started watching King Payne, like I said. Oh, if I could think of what topic he was on when I really started watching him, it wasn't Hammy. I think it was before him and Jag were cool. What would end up getting him cool with Jag when he was talking about Jag. I think that's when I really started watching him all the time. But anyway, so Sparkle Alley had came out. She was out. This lady used to come up on her panel, who was Evangelist Val. I didn't know who she was at the time. And she would always say something positive to her. But this one day, Sparkle Alley had came on her panel, and she was just saying, I can't do this no more. I'm just rephrasing, paraphrasing, but this basically what she was saying. I basically made Sean Davy Wade. I remember when he was nobody, and I know I lied to people, and I know I did King Payne wrong. And I was like, damn, so because King Payne had said something like, you know what you did to me. And I was thinking, wait, they had a beef? I thought she was new. Because her channel was so small and everything, I didn't realize that at one point she had thousands of subscribers. At one point she was stalking somebody's mama getting baptized, all this. I didn't know none of this. I didn't know she was bringing Sean Davy Wade on her channel and he was so-called to nobody. I didn't know any of this. So this lady Val comes on and she tells her, like, you got to trust God and you got to do what you going to do and what you here for and bleezy, blasey, bloom. Now, mind you, in this time of me seeing Sparkle Alley, John Yates struck her. And I also would watch Sonny. And Sonny was one of the people talking about John Yates too. Because like I said, some of these people who make it like Danny came from the John Yates community, I was a subscriber watching you all interact with each other. Danny's never interacted with half of these people. And because I had a relationship with Heidi and Terry, did not mean that I became sorry, y'all. I thought I had one of my ponytails, but I don't. Because it's these braids that are still a little tight, so we need to keep them up because when they're moving, they're kind of annoying. Yeah, look, you're in my house, so you're gonna be whatever I say we doing. But anyway, so she's telling her this, whatever. They had this good little prayer moment. They have this, and I thought, okay. Because I tell y'all, Danny's not a religious person. And the reason I'm not a religious person is because people putting you on these pedestals because you go to church and they thinking this. And lots of people are Christians and lots of people are faking it and faking the funk and pretending. And they're going to turn people against the God they're admiring or praising. So I'm a spiritual person because I know there's a God. And I believe in spirituality. I believe in the earth. I believe in my ancestors. I believe in love. And I believe in that. I believe in that kind of stuff. But I said, okay, So then I seen Evangelist Val. I forget, she was going back and forth. And see, here's what's funny. Until recently, I forgot it was this whole doctor lady. I forgot the names. Because like I said, all this was new, these people. You running around, running around the internet. I used to always say, yeah, I be bending and grinning. I be bending through these streets because I do. I go wherever I want to go and wherever I'm entertained. That's where I go. And if I don't want to be in a chat, I don't have to be in a chat. And since I became a content creator, the reason I don't go in Danny's chat because I'm a content creator and I don't have time for anybody to tell me I don't go in Danny, I don't go in Rabbits, I don't go in anybody. Even Plain as James used to going on and I came by, I don't really go in nobody. And I just named them, and that's many, but I don't go in any content creator chats like that, really. And if I do, it's because I hope and pray that when I'm putting comments in your thing, I didn't come here to steal subscribers. I ain't going nowhere to steal subscribers. But anyway, so I was like, oh, I kind of like this Evangelist Val. And I saw she had a channel. But at this time, no, she didn't have a channel, I think, at this time. She might have, but it was nothing really going on. But I would see her on, so she came up on Sunny's, and Sunny and Sparkle Alley. I forget what they were getting into it about. Because so many things were going on at this time. You had the whole, Sunny had got into it with, what's the guys? Devanir. So Devanir, they had got into it. It was all this stuff going on, and we was talking about colorism. We was talking about, so it was so many things going on around this time that it all blends into one thing in my subscriber mind. I don't have dates and stuff like that, but memories I do. So all this stuff is going on. Then I hear Evangelist Val is in the hospital. And then I'm in a chat. And at the time, I didn't even remember whose chat it was. I thought it was Sunny's chat. And this guy comes in like, hey, my mom's in the hospital. I was going through her phone, blah, blah. And I was thinking, self? Whose family member would pick up your phone, you in the hospital, on your deathbed? And they're like, let me go see their social media. No, not even their social medias. Let me go to YouTube and glance through. And they went in and said, oh, Pookie Dookie's chat. Hey, I know you all know my mom. You know her so well. And then I thought, pretty informative. But then I said, you know what? Some people have such a close relationship with their kids. Maybe your kids know how you be on the internet and that's where you go. And I'm not going to argue it. I don't care. Really, this is what I thought. And this is when I knew that, well, to be honest with you, because in this story time, you have to tell the story of a few people. Now, let's put out a disclaimer real quick. No matter what anybody thinks, I have nothing against anybody I'm talking about in these stories. I am telling a history of my YouTube, and then that's the only disclaimer I'm giving on it. Where it's taken from there, people will take it. It's nothing bad. So when it came to Danny, where I gave her credit was she was going after people who people would. You know what I'm saying? I watch Nosy Ho. I've been in her comments where she responded. Like I said, when I was a subscriber, I was active in people's things when I came through. I said stuff. I spoke. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start shit. I wasn't messy. I wasn't on no back ends telling nobody shit. But Danny went after Nosy Ho when it seemed like everybody else was a little scared of her. You know what I'm saying? Like Nosy Ho has a mouth on her. Nosy Ho you see how she scared John. I mean, she had a mouth on her. But Danny wasn't worried. I was like, your name real close to mine. I like that already because I guess that's the narcissist part of me. And then I'm like, okay. Then she was going after Sherelle and them, and people act like they can't speak on her neither. So I said, I like her. So I started liking her then. So let's keep going. So when everybody's questioning, is that Val's son who came up in the chat for real? Val ain't in no coma. Val ain't having brain surgery. Val ain't got a this. Val ain't have an aneurysm. Whatever she had, they was all saying that. Danny came out and was like, put out a post. Bam. I'm sending out prayers for Val. Whoopity whoop. Whoa. I said, wait, it's official. And that's when I started saying Danny's word is bond. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a person, my word is bond. I don't have to lie to y'all. I don't need to make up stuff on these people. Matter of fact, it's going to be things I'm not going to say about people just so you could find out yourself. So you could see it for yourself. I don't want me to be the reason. But, so I was like, okay. So we took it. I took it at that. So when I started my channel, Val, so after Val came back, she first would just put up posts. Then that's when I started noticing her channel. And there would be times I go by a channel, she'd been there basically having like a praise and worship or whatever. And I'd go, okay, whatever, go on. Then because I'd be everywhere. I done seen Val get into it with people and she don't hear her panel. And people in the chat like, you ain't no evangelist. You cuss, you this. I done seen Kyle be like, trying to be all, I am an evangelist. You don't know my walk with God. You don't know what I've been. Then go to bitch. I done seen Val read mofos. But here's one thing I know about when it comes to religion. I don't judge what nobody believes about themselves or they walk or their spirituality. Because here's the thing. I'm not going to have to answer to you. You are. And you're going to have to answer for you, not me. And if you are praising God's name, but what you do is going to make people doubt God more than they doubted you, then you're wrong. But we also have to remember when it comes to God, once upon a time, the devil was his right-hand man. He sat next to him. The devil was so smooth and he knew every word of that Bible. He knew the talk. So one thing I know about people in the Bible is you could be walking a bad walk too, because you flesh. You fighting the same temptations that I'm fighting every day. Just some of us will admit it. Some of us won't. So when I first started going live, Val came in my chat one day. And I said, oh, Evangelist Val, hey, how you doing? I said, no matter what they say about you, know what I'm saying? I got respect. And to this day, what I say to Val, if she watching, like she sent a shout out to me recently and was saying people that she respect for respecting her the whole time. I've shown her nothing respect since at least 2020. You know what I mean? Nothing new. And I've been here to see all the things. When she read Trees, when Trees been reading her, how they go back and forth, how she still called or whatever. I've seen all that. I've seen Val go off on panels. I've seen when I was watching Kimmy's when Val had the seizure. When Val's sister wrote this long thesis / diary / post about Val, I literally said, this ain't Val's sister. That's why I put it in the comments, say less. Because if my family member came on here, the last thing they'd be saying was all this. Oh, at 7:45 when she called him, she had no idea. At 7:52, none of this would happen. None of this would be what they'd be talking. And if my sister had just flatlined, the last thing I'd be coming on here to tell y'all was anything other than pray for her. Other than today, she's still on this side. Pray for her. I wouldn't be on here like, and then Stacy B, Johnny B, Terry B, TC, Fifi, Bobo, Show, Nene. Let me tell y'all something. That whole thing has been a fire I've been watching for months try to explode, just to spread. I've been watching people open the door on it. I remember maybe 6 months ago, Val came on her channel, going off. And she was saying, somebody told Stacy a lie, said I was in a Discord talking about her, said this, said that. Stacy B came up, she crying. She's saying, Val is a credible person, but I don't want to put them out there, blah, blah. Now we fast forward to now, and that credible person is a person who you don't even get along with. But the thing that still came out was that Val be talking about Stacy B on the thing. Here's the thing. People on here use the word friend loosely. You're my friend. Then later when they snake, you know what they say? I don't even know you. I never met you in person. I never this. I heard Val, because like I said, I just been sitting back watching. Up until yesterday, I was watching Danny on 2 different of her channels, even breaking down and talking about these things. But as I've been watching this, I'm like, Val, I've watched you say, like, here's the thing. When I changed me, not perfect, still got a lot to change, still got a lot to work on. But when I changed me, I saw me. I saw what I did, not what people did to me, not what I had lack of, not what I didn't have. I saw what I did. I saw because of this, I now did this. Because of this, I did this, but it didn't make it right. I had to take accountability, even if the people couldn't take my forgiveness. I had to forgive me for letting me become so dark, for letting me go, whatever it was. But me coming on here, Val, I'm going to just tell you as somebody who you may say you have respect for, you may say not. I don't know. You said you did. But even if you didn't, I'm just going to say as a subscriber, you're still subscribed to your channel as you've cleaned it. I've came on here saying that sis is my hashtag because it stands for standing in solidarity, sisters in solidarity. Because my whole life I've known that I couldn't stand women. I couldn't stand the backbiting. I couldn't stand the triflingness. I couldn't stand it. The insecurities that would make them take down people who were trying to love on them. I couldn't stand it. Then one day I said, but you're a woman. And you're not that. So, the best way to do it is you got to learn that there's others out there. Find them, acknowledge them, respect that. You know what I mean? So, it don't sound like none of y'all friends. At the end, none of y'all friends. You said you and Roxy just got cool like a year ago. But I know for a fact when I was still a subscriber, you came to Chicago and you and Roxy was in Chinatown. Because I remember I was going south watching y'all in Chinatown. And I was thinking, I could get right off this damn red line at Chinatown and meet somebody in Chicago who here. And meet them. Just pop up where they like, hey, you Val and Roxy. I said, they in Chinatown. But that wasn't a year ago. So if you came all the way from your state to another state to see somebody, you were giving them a chance. Just like I tell people, I wouldn't fuck with Heidi in no form of fashion. She one of the biggest snakes I know. But I don't dishonor anything that was given when I was giving her a friendship. That was genuine. That was true. That was real. I'm not, so there ain't gonna be a time when I'm sitting to tell you, well, while I was cool with her, I was thinking about how she was a snake, a liar, a dookie, a snooky. I wasn't. It wasn't. I was actually thinking that unlike everybody else, I didn't come on here to be your God. I didn't come on here to be your mother. I didn't come on here to be your father, your authority. I didn't come on here to make you better. I didn't come on here to do none of that. I came on here to be me. I came on here to show you my crown and acknowledge yours. Since you don't seem to see it. Maybe you don't see it. Maybe people made you put yours off. I don't know. But I'm giving you your own. I came to tell you I didn't come to race bait. I didn't come to do none of that. I'm proud to be Black. Wouldn't want to be nothing else. Nothing else. But like I said, the same things they do. So that's what's sad about it. And the fact that you lied about dying. Like with your health. It make people question, even if you do, you could have 8,000 diseases. You could have had a diagnosis of 72 hours. Nobody would believe it. And then you might say, who cares if anybody believes me if I know it's the truth? But if we telling people stuff, you must care what they think. Because when we don't care what people think, you don't even tell them. So you could be dying and you wouldn't say nothing. Because you think I don't care what they think anyway. I don't care how they feel. But so on the side, but when I've learned about this here on the internet, is that more adults do things that they shouldn't. But without wrong, we don't know right. Without bad, we don't know good. So all I can say is, do I think you're the worst awful person in the world? No. Do I think you've done the worst awful on the internet? No. Do I think you need to really self-evaluate you and really work on you? Forget the apologies. You need to start apologizing to you because you letting life pass you by and you missing out on you. And so how can anybody think you great when you ain't thinking about yourself? How can anybody grab strength off of God that you're not grabbing strength off of? How can anybody trust in God when you're not trusting in him? I mean, so ask yourself that. And then when you're done, understand why people say, take that out your conversation because it's not going to lead people to it. But here's the power of God that people got to understand that I know too. You could be on the wrong way of trying to deliver it. You're doing it in the wrong way. And you can actually still be leading people there because they're going to seek him. They're going to, not you, him. They're going to say, damn, even though you out here messed up as you are, you still saying his name. So they might just grab that part of it. Who knows? Whatever's meant for them. Just like people who go to church and got crooked pastors, but they managed to stay saved in their life because they looking to God, not to the pastor. But like I said, she was never, even if her name was Evangelist, her name could have been Pastor Val. She wasn't my pastor. And I didn't doubt what her relationship was with God. And I still don't. Because something that I know is she got to live with her. She got to live with what she did. She got to remember it. She know what we don't know. She know the calls that weren't taped. So me being on it, no. I mean, I'm going to watch it. I mean, like I said, Incoming had that live. And I mean, it was like, it made me go down history road. It made me think of when, like even when Sweet Pea came up, I'm like, wow, look at this. You got Sweet Pea and Sean David Way on the same panel. And I remember when Sean David Way and Trees used to eat Sweet Pea. I remember when Sean David Way used to eat AD2. I remember when Sweet Pea and Sean David Way should have damn near seemed like they was going to start going to court. I was like, damn, wait a minute. She talking about she going to get a gay man to go in. I said, what is going on? That's how much I've been a subscriber. You get what I'm saying? I didn't start watching Danny because she was going after John. No, I didn't. I started watching Danny when she started going after Nosy. That's the truth. And then, like I said, Danny rocked hard with people I watched a lot too. Rabbit, Plain as Jane. So I'd always see her up in there. So, like, even when Nosy used to be like, Danny was a subscriber of hers who came and said, I don't remember that part. But I remember when Danny came out. And I remember when John lied and said, oh, Danny is a white woman, old white woman from Europe, from the UK, and she really here to take down black people. And Danny came on and gave us her voice. I said, she sounds like she's from Florida or North Carolina or something. That's not even a dox, because here's the thing. I've never cared who Danny was. I wish she never even would have came and brought her voice out. I love that little robot thing, that little AI. I loved it. And I loved how she broke down facts. I knew she was funny because some of her clips and the things she was playing with the stuff was funny. So I'm like, oh, she got a sense of humor. I never cared. I still don't care who she is. I never cared who Monica was. I don't care who Tenaki is. I don't give a about that kind of stuff. Because some of these people, I know who they are, I see their face, and I'm like, oh, what does it do? I don't care. What I've respected about Danny is when she dropped shit, it was facts. When she messed up, she corrected herself. She never denied who she was. So that's what I've had respect about. That's it. Never had nothing against Sean. None of these people. Why would I have anything against any of them? For what? Like I said, Sweet Pea is where we learned about AT2. I did. Then on Sweet Peas, I watched Dear Yvette. They're throwing out super chats about Tenaki. So whether she was paying it, she was enjoying it, because that's what everybody do on the internet. Oh, you talking about somebody I don't like, here go a super chat. Keep talking. I mean, come on now. Some people even super chat you to get people at your chat. That's because these people can be bought. But then they always talk about who can be bought. Who's got a thing. I was watching Heidi's the other day because I don't lie when I watch something. For what? Well, I'm scared to say I watched something. No, I'd rather tell you I watched it and act like I don't, but seem to know what happened. I ain't stalking nobody. I watched it the other because, like I tell you all the time, YouTube says you can't block nobody from watching anything. You can block them from commenting and stuff, but you can't block me from watching shit. So I can watch whatever I want. And because I have a channel, I can talk about whatever I want. Anyway, so I'm watching it the other day, and I saw they were still after Texas Girl, and I'm like, man, they are deeply after Texas Girl. But anyways, it's bullying, but that's a whole nother story, because I don't know Texas Girl. And they was like, why you all invested? She must, because she the John Yates. I'm not. See, unlike all these people, I can admit, when I first came and heard anything about a John Yates sector, first of all, time out. Let's stop. They gave him a sector. When John Yates came on to Sherelle's, he used to cry because YouTube didn't accept him like Instagram accepted him. Then, as the war of the John Yates and Sherelle started, almost like it broke into two sectors. Like I said, then it became they call him Yikes. They gave him all that shit. They gave him clout. They gave him a reason to be somebody. They took over and made his name something. Why he's still going crazy as of yesterday. But the only reason Danny came over there is because in came Squirty. Squirty was fucking with Brooke, like harassing all these people. And I'm like, who are these people? Like, who's she talking about? I'm thinking about her. So I was following where she was going. Then, like I said, when the Yikes thing was happening, it was times I put in his comments like, oh, I can't stand bullying like this, where 12 people got to go live back to back to talk about you. It's stupid. That didn't make me like him. But then when he was talking about Muslims, gays, blacks, whites, greens, purples, orange, yellows, him, them, Sims, everybody but himself, I said, fuck him. When he was telling people to blow their heads out, giving out women's addresses, all this kind of stuff, taking advantage of people, talking about how their husbands beat on them, and they told him that in secrecy. When he was doing that, I was like, oh, this is not no man, no woman should be promoting. Then when I was watching, like literally, then when I gave Amber a chance, because I thought maybe I was wrong. Maybe she came back better. Maybe this, maybe that. When I was giving her a chance, she went to go take him down, and he still fights other people about all the things she was doing. If you forgave her, forgive everybody and shut the fuck up. But he don't. Now his newest thing is he gave Addie pictures of him, and when did him and Cody start working at McDonald's? And if he did, why would you pass a picture to anybody out? when all of these heifers turn on you all the time? Let's just go from last year to this year. And y'all flip flop. Y'all are pancakes. If y'all was in gangs, y'all be pancakes. Y'all flip, they flop, they flip, they flop. Y'all here, y'all there. Oh my God. But back to this thing. So they like sophisticated girl or something. I don't know, somebody, some new content creator, brand new. It's supposedly Amber's daughter. Now let's rewind. Amber's daughter been in the game for years. So they bring up this other girl. Now, this other girl is supposed to be such a content creator that she's out talking shit, getting into shit. But when she's on a panel, she's barely saying conversations. Go watch that. She barely said 2 complete sentences. Why did you come on the panel? How did you even get to talking to her to get on the panel that you didn't say nothing? Then there were times when Heidi was talking and Amber and the girls' things are moving. The girl sounded just like Amber daughter. And here's where Amber daughter gave herself away. Somebody in the chat made a statement. And Amber's daughter said, oh, you could be quiet because you was watching us this morning. Wait, if you're not all in the business, how would you know a subscriber or a troll was watching you? Because your mama still got you knee deep in this shit. She still got you knee deep in this shit. And y'all, and people so puppeted, and I don't know what she hold over y'all. Torture, the fear of torture? Because that's all the people around do is we gonna torture, let's gang up. Man, I'm gonna come on here and be like, I'll beat your ass, I'll do this. Then the same people, if some people get to fight, they'll be like, don't take it real life. Why am I not bringing my daughter on this panel to prove shit to none of you motherfuckers? But she brought her daughter up, but yet her daughter arguing because she reading the chat because she just like you. She stay in the chat. Because somebody, she got to look at that name because that's somebody she's going to be attacking later, just like her mama. So when I came around what they call me being in the John Ye sector, I came to get rid of that trouble, internet bully, tyrant named Amber. And Amber still smoking guns all up and through here. And people think I'm over here because I want to be with what? I'm the only one willing to call them out. Because see, you don't have power with me because you white. You have power with me because you have power. I'm not kissing none of your butts because I can't say anything. Hey, John Yates was committing a federal offense on him when he was giving out addresses and saying he would dump people and that him and his husband were on the road at hotels. Those are federal offenses. He ain't got to make them at me. I'm going to prove you not untouchable. You not that big and bad that they try to let you be. And that there's somebody who's going to, just like with Dear Yvette, I'm going to go all around the board on these people. Dear Yvette literally keeps saying stuff like, yeah, I'm going to pull up on AT2 in Vegas. These are threats. Yeah, we could call it funny. He could be goofy enough to let her do that. But didn't we just have somebody pull up on somebody in Vegas and you making them threats and then you keep telling us, oh, my shot on point. I used to have the best aim, even in moving. That sounds like you going to pop somebody. I heard Dear Yvette in 2025 say she was on her birthday going to go to Atlanta to pop Goody. She was going to swing through Tennessee to get Tennessee. She going to hit Vegas to get. These are threats. And y'all let these goofy ass people run around here. Just like y'all. Ain't nobody going to talk about my child, dox my child, sit in rooms with my child. I don't care if I don't get along with my child. And me and them people could ever talk. Ever. John literally telling us like he a Boy Scout yesterday on his live. Because yes, I watched it early this morning. I wake up early and I check the bullshit. Take out the trash by watching it. And I'm watching this. And he says, the only person job I ever called was Brooks. Like, that's okay. And she actually sitting with you, hee-hawing on channels? Women, y'all know how goofy y'all make women look. Oh, you could talk about my child. You could call them all kind of special needs, R words, this word, that word, and I'll forgive you. John, now, see, we're back, right? She back because monetization back on. Because these people don't care about nothing but money. Because they're like, I don't need you to, but still send me some of that Cash App, send me some of that. If you need this in no way, then just come on here for free. Just come on here and run your Google Docs. Do it. I dare you. Or build your channel. Build it up to you so it rep you. So if you go on, it rep you. So even if you messy, it rep you. Even if you whatever, let it rep you. Mine ain't perfect. I'm not flawless. I'm not none of that. But I'm me, unapologetically. That's it. That's it. And like I said, me sitting around, just like when we was coming into the top end in the last year, motherfuckers thought they was gonna keep pulling me. I got Amber tagging me. I got Mob 148. Like they gonna pull me into this PayPal thing. Like I said, I had here's to this day. I don't give a damn what anybody's saying. Crazy Cat Mom came on my whole panel. The only time this here chick right here opens this panel up, I've opened it up 3 times in 4 years of being a content creator. And in one of them, no matter what she's saying, out her mouth, this is what she said. Which I think I coaxed her, scared her, bullied her, to her dome so she could do it. So anything else I could care less about. But that's all people want to do. The same scam and scheme of half a hoes all out here. They was tied to schemes and scams at that time. But it was me they wanted to prove to everybody. And now that's just their mentality. Okay, let's all gang up on them. And all you flunkies that I can get to gang up with me, come gang up with me. Like I said, last year, the last conversation me and Heidi had on the phone together, the last conversation we had, it had nothing to do with PayPal Gate, none of that. It was, hey, Danny, I heard you did a live about Brooke and me situation, and Brooke ain't who you think she is. I said, who do you think I think she is? Because I ain't invested in none of these people. First conversation me and Brooke ever had on the phone was when she wanted to talk to me about mud. Because she wanted me to know that's the first time we ever had a conversation. It had nothing to do with none of that. So I said, who do you think I think she is? She said, well, she ain't who she thinks she is. Now they bosom buddies. And I don't say that to be messy, just being factual. Because I was being accused of saying I ain't mess with Heidi and I was picking Heidi. First of all, that's some goofy, lame shit that people even be going back and forth to each other. If I don't want to mess with Heidi, I'll reach out to Heidi and say, hey, Heidi, you know what? This me and you ain't working. Hey, I don't mess with you. This ain't working. Somebody's not going to call me and persuade me not to mess with somebody. And there's always a hearsay. Oh, it would sound like you were saying this. I don't speak in subliminals. This time last year, I had, like I said, people who I respected telling me, like, oh, I kind of got to look at you different when I saw those PayPal receipts. Oh my God. Well, go ahead and stay exactly where you think I am. But I guarantee who you is going to stay in bullshit. They're going to have a bunch of people sutting PayPals. Because this is what they're doing. They're going to dox. They're going to call husbands. They're going to do all this, and y'all going to be okay with it. Till somebody calling their husband or their child or their... Brooke showed y'all what all y'all knew before, that there were actual lies where Amber's daughter's not only on there, she's saying she got stock accounts that be trolling Lisa, trolling this. You think she stopped? When she stopped? When? Because just this week she was on Heidi telling somebody, yeah, you was just at our live this morning. I said, damn, you be watching the chat, don't you? You probably one of your mama's moderators that we just don't know. You a name under there nobody know. I got to put up my sunglasses. I want to see me talking about this outfit. She been bad. She been doxing. She been trolling with her daughter. That ain't new. Then she said she proved something. Yeah. She proved something to the cult. Because they scared to say, girl, this don't even make these two people sound alike. Why is her bubble moving? Why y'all's is moving? And y'all both on mute. Why was Amber on the live acting like she don't know how to work station, stream her yard and everything else? How come every time she into it with somebody, suddenly all these emails come in where people talking about other people? It'd be these ghost people that just came out of nowhere who are knee deep in it, but they just, because that's what they trying to tell us about this other person. She ain't new. She old. She been around, but she only a junior in high school. Sorry about that, Joe. Sorry about that, y'all. My battery literally told me it was low. I went to plug it in. I started talking about that heifer and forgot all about what I was saying. But anyway, like I said, we've watched it. And so everybody want to talk what they want to talk. So just like when I used to come, when I was cool, how did they say? Oh, you don't know, they don't know. I'm not judging people. I'm a subscriber first. So I've watched all these things. Doom, what's up with you? Doom, I thought you turned on me. I thought PayPal Gate had you. You remember, because here was the thing. Everybody was so mad. Danny believed in Richard. No, Cat Mama believed in Richard. And when you somebody friend, what you don't, let me tell you something. If your sibling got a mate you don't like, do I turn on my sibling? Because if this person bad, I need to be there and they need to know I'm here. Now, I ain't never going to sit around them while they getting abused. I'm not going to sit over there while they crying and hurting their feelings. But I'm going to be there with the one I love. So here's the thing. Wait. She wanted him. She begged me to have him on my panel. She told me to listen to his story and know that she was innocent and she was so scared. But then I was reading in chats. I said, is Doom over there saying he know who Richard is? You might. You might have recordings of where, or screenshots of where Kat said that to Heidi. But I'm telling you what she said to me. That's what Danny go off for. She don't go off nothing else. It's just like Doom when that shit was going on with the fire and everybody was saying, Doom, Danny said this. I told you, Doom. Remember Doom when you called me? Not call me, because I'd be lying and say we talked on the phone. We did talk on the phone once, but that wasn't there. But you sent me a thing. You said, Danny, they just sent me the paperwork about the fire and cleared me. I'll send it to you to prove. I said, you don't have to, Doom. Because if I truly thought that you set that fire and killed your animals just for money, I wouldn't have fucked with you. Period. I don't give a damn. It's no conversation we would have had. See, that's the difference between me and these people. I've been nothing but a buck. But if anybody can turn you from me, then you was never with me. If you ain't with me, you don't have to agree with everything I say. You don't even have to agree with me being a Marsha. You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree that I think I'm just so beautiful and I'm a bad bitch and everybody that I fuck with got to be a bad bitch. You don't have to believe it. You don't. You don't even got to live by it. If me and Heidi don't get along, you don't got to turn on pick a side. Unless she asking you to, because Danny ain't never asked nobody to pick a side. I didn't turn on you, Doom. What was the racial slur that you said to what you calling them? I didn't turn on you. I didn't turn on you when you still was cool with Hog and everybody hated him. I didn't care. I didn't. But that's what these people do in the thing. And when people do it, it show me who they are. It don't show me. Claudia says, how you doing? Sweet potato. Wait, not sweet potato. Sorry, that ain't sweet potato. That's my Susan. You coming up? I'm like, who is that? But I forget that's how your name come up sometimes. Maria, how you doing? Says, and that's another thing. I'm giving information with Maria. I ain't swapping shit with nobody. Be you. Be you. You can love everybody you want to. But I don't want to hear you. Don't reference to me as an example of what you're going to say bad about it when you turn on them. Don't do that. I still fuck with Terry Lynn. I still do. And Terry Lynn go over to Jules. You think that'd affect me? That's her decision. Just like what y'all got to understand. When I first started going to Terry Lynn's lives, it had nothing to do with what she was going through. It said she was up late at night and I was an insomniac. Okay? Didn't know her. Thought she was funny from when they did that whole thing on John Yates. And she was Jen Bailey. I thought that was hilarious. I didn't know her. I wasn't out trying to reach in the background and talk to her. When I got to know her, I mean, like I said, they come in there, they was always talking about meth mall and the $2 hooker, the bottom bitch. I didn't even know who the fuck the bottom bitch was. When I realized it was Jules and I went over and watched Jules, it didn't stop me from watching. The reason Jules, when she said she made me and all that, when that was going on, you didn't make me, you showed respect because I didn't do nothing to show you respect. And trust me, if it was real respect, you would have never been come back like you had did something for me or like I begged you or like it wouldn't have happened if you didn't. Because this same channel you carried on past you. Views, algorithm, numbers, what YouTube offers me, everything. And y'all will probably hit me on checks because half of y'all checks come from the people. not from y'all making YouTube pay y'all. So whether they take it in or not, that's who I want my money from. So if it come out these people, it's gonna come from membership. And I'm not even jumping. I got like 7 members. But I'm not doing memberships like that. And I want to give you something. And when I set it up, I'm mad that I haven't done more. Because unlike these people, I actually got real shit going on in my life I'm not afraid to show. They'll be great for members in the back end of my life. Yeah. And everything's good. No, and I hope you good, though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing against you. Like I said, if we go into history stories, I've said it before. How I met Doom was 1 minute. Y'all know who I'm about to say. What is her name? Sunshinery. You know, Sunshinery used to be with oh my God, and I loved him. Josh. Was that his name, Josh? And then Rhea was going at Sunshinery and Josh. Then Josh and Sunshinery, I think that's his name, Josh. They fell out. And then next thing I knew, Sunshinery would be coming up on C was with you. At that time, I didn't even know you were a Roadhog mod or nothing. That's what I said. In the history of me, I've been around here. I've watched a bunch of things. I didn't watch it so I could stalk y'all later. I could call up some of the coolest content creators in the crew and tell them your business. No. And anything happening on here ain't nobody's business, but everybody's business. It's everybody's business. It ain't personal business. These people like to go find out what you did in your personal life. No, let's talk about what y'all did on the internet. I know that's right. I know that's right. Enjoy your day off. It's Sunday. It's our day. Enjoy yourself today. That's what I'm about. Be you. That's what if you messy, it's content creators I watch because they messy. That's why I told y'all, even when it comes to Lemon, in the beef sector, his young butt, I can tell he is in my kid's age bracket. Even when they say his age, he was 27, 29, I don't know, 25. But I can tell he in one of my kids' age bracket. And but I watch him and everybody be over there. Sparkle, everybody be over there. Danny goes everywhere. Everywhere. If you go back to my original videos, I used to tell y'all, I learned this beef in the vegan sector. That's how much I be everywhere. When that whole thing was going on in the makeup sector, I was all in it. I was watching it. When the gamers, back in the day, when the gamers were taking each other down, and they were trying to take that girl down, and she ended up taking down one of the bigger gamers, Danny was watching. I ain't even watched the gamers like that, but I had got a wind of it on somebody I was watching in a recap, and I started watching. I was like, oh, he is bullying her. But I can't even remember his name. You know, like I said, see, we used to pump this dude. I went over there. That's how I started seeing, oh, what is his name? Oh, I can't think of these people's name right now, but I end up subscribing to him. I forget what they sector is, but I know they was crazy over there. But that's where that girl who lost her daughter came from. And that's where that lady was faking her death. Then she really died. And people was like, did she really die? But she did really die. I can't think of these people's names. But like I said, Danny been around. I've been around. That's what it's here for. Go where you want to go. See what you want to see. Watch what you want to watch. Don't watch what you don't want to watch. But all these people that come on here and do all the wrong things, sit in these groups of conversations about people behind their back and then smiling their face, why are you surprised when they come out or it happens to you? Everybody get a turn. Everybody get a turn on the merry-go-round. You understand? It's that simple. You hang with doxers, you're going to probably end up in a doxing situation. Just like if you hang with people that's always strapped, you're going to always get into it with people that's strapped or ready to get strapped up because they're getting into it with you. It's that simple. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that's what I said. So much stuff. And Maria, and the time like I said, Maria showed me respect when I used to just be a subscriber. We never had words. You know what I mean? Even when y'all whole message gate came out. And that's all I was hearing. Oh, Danny, and John's about to say it about you. And then they were talking. I don't give a shit what I say. When motherfuckers come in my face, they show me respect. They ain't talking about you behind your back. They talk about each other behind their back and to each other's face, and they still be friends. Boy, do I expect anything different? But me and Maria, we ain't never had none. We ain't never called each other for them gossiping. We ain't never, this ain't the relationship we have. We don't. I didn't call up and say, oh, you going after John? Let me get on your witness. See, even though he would hang with the people that did. Because these people are victims looking to be victimized some more. Man, like I said, I don't even know the Texas girl. The only thing I know about Texas girl is she was all up Amber's ass. Not even 6 months ago. And I know that when I heard that live, I know that Amber is the one who sent her that email. The email that made Texas girl call her so much while she was on the live, I bet you my soul Amber sent it. Because Amber is I'm going to send a pizza to myself. I'm going to put myself on Craigslist. She's that person. But she'll also put you on Craigslist. She'll also send some pizzas to you. She'll also get her friends to encourage to talk about you too. All of them. They love to sit in the background and tell you something about somebody. Them some old snake ass bitches. Come on your channel and do it. Why ain't you up here? Where's all this evidence? I'm so bona fide. Where's all the evidence? And I'm convinced these days, Amber and Heidi, the reason we never had Heidi come and talk about Amber, but we had Amber talk about Heidi several different times while they weren't so-called friends, but still friends, is I think it was a play. I think the whole time Heidi was getting close to the people Amber was enemies with, getting close to information so she could tell Amber what was going on, who's after her, what they got on her. She's been a mole the whole time. From her laugh to who she is, she evil. Like I said, and even if we sit here, not me, people in Doom, I remember when she was checking you, you was taking down lives because you couldn't say how you felt. And this is my opinion. This ain't you saying it because I know she'll call you and check you. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, y'all. These ain't people that put nothing on me. Even when I look at Heidi's sister, I said this a month ago. To me, I think she realer than Heidi, but even when it comes to her, I'm like, you're going to be a contradiction in the black tea sector that you sit there with your sister while she sit with people who like I said, all y'all coming after Jen, do not tell me about what Jen was doing before when some of y'all became friends with Jen, knowing all the stuff y'all telling us now. Every video y'all playing, y'all been knew it. We been knew Jen told us the dirtiest stuff about Clint. We been knew that Jen chose Clint over her daughter. We been know that Clint, her children were tired. We knew this. Give me Jen now. Here's something I can give you about Jen now. Jen house do be clean. I don't give a fuck who cleaned it. Next to how she used to live. We actually see the dogs go outside. They not walking over poop. But Jen a fool too, because she still won't even call out Audrey. I swear every time I watch her, she'd be Maria, 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 Maria. Then if she ain't saying Maria, she'd be like, and Jules, and Jules, and Jules, and Jules. Girl, Amber came on your panel and was like, hey, Jen, you gave me the paperwork. Then Amber released that paperwork to other people so they could out you. Amber is on your back. And you know why she on your back? Because when, this is my opinion, when Shiz and them was outing her and she was running the pity party of, oh, don't talk about my children. Oh, my God. Karen, white tears, white tears, white tears. Okay? When she gives that, because, oh, Amber go from, yeah, bitch, what, Pyru. She come from this. Remember when she told old boy, the one who said he was messing with a ski mask, and remember when she told him, yeah, my son, blood. He did a blood crime. Blood, 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 blood. She go from that to leave it to Beaver. Hi, guys. I'm a PTO mom. I take my children to school. It's a science fair. As I gotta do the thing. I'm a Girl Scout. Bitch, sit down. You are a hoe scout. You are a trifling heifer. You are a bully on the internet. You're a racist. And just because you got one Sambo next to you, tapping. Gregory Hines. She got Gregory Hines next to her. I mean, Heidi be tap dancing for Amber. I mean, tap, 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 tap. But when I hung with Heidi, I get calls all the time. Such and such said you're a sellout. I can't tell you where I got it from, but they said you were a sellout. That's all I got to say about that. I'll take it. Whatever. 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 You became friends with Jen and said, well, we made up about her saying she'll put a noose around my neck. How the fuck we make up about that? Where they do that at? Malcolm Farrakhan, where they do that at? Because you said you don't even fuck with Danny because she called you a sellout. Well, I'd be calling you one too. If motherfuckers can put nooses around your neck and then you be their friend, then you suddenly fall out with them and you want to bring up everything they did. Girl, you became her friend after that. You became her friend after she had dog shit on the floor. You became her friend after she said her man loved to get it from the back from other men. You became her friend after she said she picked her daughter. You became a friend after. You became a friend after she said everybody was getting R'd and everybody wanted Clint. You was a friend after she said Clint, she took one for the team and took whatever Clint gave her, whatever that means, honey. Y'all were friends. So don't tell me nothing about her. I don't want to hear it. But I look around, it's people who don't mess with me. I ain't never did nothing to you. But people who dogged you, dissed you, turned on you, tried to get the irons against you and burn you with them. Y'all be up in their face. So many pick-me heifers out here, but go ahead, pick each other, please. Stop picking the good ones. Just pick each other. Just pick each other. But to all those mothers out there who got young kids and you worried about everybody else's kids, think of what you showing your kids. If they go look on the internet and see that one day a woman was sitting there or a man was sitting there dogging you out, dogging your kids out, calling your job, sitting with the heifers that was talking to your kids, sitting with the heifers that was dogging your kids. I don't want to hear about everybody else. If you forgive them, you forgive everybody as far as I'm concerned. I can't. And I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I love you, sis. I love you. One of the things I liked is you outed Amber when all these other bitches were scared. Let me see if I can fit this on my big head, y'all. When I got my braids, it's a little hard to get my Santa Claus hat on, but I'm about to be a naughty elf. Let's put this on. Now I want to put it down so y'all can see it. This is my elf. I want it to be in. Let's turn it on. Hold on. Bruh, since you done got back with the crew of people who been doing nothing but trying to destroy you for the longest, no matter who you was with. When you was with John, they was trying to destroy you. When you got away from John, they was trying to destroy you. Hold on, I want to make sure y'all see this. And I want to make sure it's asking the questions on the question. Or snakes. Look, it's an ask for them snakes. You have been involved in some terrible things, man. Like, things that they only gonna make you look bad. Like, they ain't gonna make the other people bad. And it just means, look at the company, man. They tying you in a bunch. Like, shit, here's my thing with Texas Girl. I don't know what. She might be bad. I mean, she had a whole channel with Amber. I'm sure she don't be on shit. But how come after all these people leave, everything come out? How come they always got the smoking gun? They always got it. How come? Because they setting everybody up. They not trying to be people's friends. They trying to get your information. That's it. Like I said, and then you got John. Oh, I gave Addie my picture of me and Cody working at McDonald's. Why would you give anybody that? And then he was like, y'all, please dox me. He want to be doxed, y'all. He probably paid the rent and want us to get him evicted. I don't know, because I wouldn't do that. I'm not calling his crib, your crib. Here's the thing about me, y'all. I'm not even calling the police to save him. I'm not doing none of that shit. But I damn sure make sure that he is in the FBI's books. So in case him, who fits the description of one of the most violent people in America, Caucasian men such as himself, who walk around stating they will commit a crime like that, and no one does anything. But they're going to tell me about me, my people, what we do, what we aren't, what I know, the terror to my country. People who think just like you, that they cannot be touched. and your sidekick Karens just like Amber. They run around doing the most vile thing as they talk about the hate of the world. She brought her own daughter in this shit. And y'all shocked if she back. Y'all daring to question if she could be back. And now if Texas Girl is so bad, why did Amber ever click with her? And I just want to ask you, Brooke, when you got that job where you were doing whatever you were doing, your little side job, when it got taken, who got it taken? And do you talk to them at all? Because you shouldn't. You better than that. I hope for 2026, everybody look at the man in the mirror and do for him. Do for him. Dana, my sis, how you doing? How you doing? That's who I hope people start doing for. Because all this trying to be in the in crowd and do for the hey cat and be there for these people who aren't gonna be there for you. And be okay with it. And be okay with it. I literally, what y'all don't know is I literally told Crazy Cat Mama, if you don't, okay, y'all don't put it out. I'm gonna try to start a channel so I can save you and Terry. Save us from what? What the hell are you talking about? I said, Cat, here's what I can promise you. You do whatever you want to do. I could care less. You could send the copies out and put it in the local paper. You could put it in mine too. But when you do, it's only two things I'm gonna have to say. In the same daughter you said coming from, come. Because I'm gonna say, well, tell me if this a lie. And the same people you telling me about, I'm gonna say, tell me about this though too. Because see, y'all not playing with somebody who is just ignorant to book. You gonna bully me. Brothers make it facts. No, I'm not. I'm not with none of them. Thank you. I'm getting naughty elf and it's pajama jammy jam. But one of the things I promise y'all, I've always been, I'm not afraid to say what I got to say. I'm not. And the reason I didn't, because like I said, with them, let's sit back and watch what these goofies do all freaking year long. And all I seen was war after war after war. Oh, the people I was just cool with, now I'm not cool with them, and I'm cool with these people, and I'm gonna make these people turn on these people. When they wanted Jen in, they made everybody take in a Jen. When they wanted Jen out, they made everybody take away from Jen. And they don't stop until they do that. That's a control. That's culty, don't you think? Y'all drinking all this Kool-Aid and everybody hasn't passed out yet? And y'all hating me because I honestly could say, no, I'm just not that. No, I wasn't with him being messy. And I don't need to be that, but I could see that Amber daughter, yeah, she probably is messing with Texas Girl. She probably harassed Flavor when they was into it. She's probably harassing Bombshell and anybody else her mother's into it. She probably done came in my chat and put comments. When Amber tagged me in a post in January this year, and Amber, I still got the screenshot if you want to know. She called me this pussy ass bitch who needed white people to go to Vegas, and I needed white people to be alive. Amber, bitch, I got more than you've ever had and always will. You could live with your trick that got you knocked up, and first of all, take it to Maury for me to believe it. But either way it go, you could pimp your kids out of any kind of form of what you're doing. And by pimping, I mean the way you playing them on this damn internet. And if you tell somebody I'm saying something false, I'll show the proof. I'll show, because Brooke ain't the only one with that pool side. Like, see, I got more shit on y'all people, but I never give it to nobody. You know why? Because Booney, didn't I tell you, I'll take you down. I'll take you there. Your daughter is sitting there, not only saying she got stock accounts, naming them. You remember them black women who you was catering to? Do you remember when y'all did that live and you was talking all about where you was in the hoods over there, up in Texas, rolling, scrolling, polling, bowling? Baby, I got it. I got it, boo. Remember when you was blood up with ski masks and saying how your son will go back to jail for a blood crime? Blood. I got that too. Yeah. When ski mask got out of jail and you said, I just sent you DoorDash, I got that screenshot too. Why are you sending DoorDash to another man? All on the internet, girl. I ain't got to go in your personal life. I know that shit dirty. I don't need her personal life, y'all. This all on the internet. This skank. And this skank still skanking skanks. I remember when her and Katie Joy was turning back tall cans of beer. This the hell we talking about? We gonna make this a night to remember. Get ready. I don't care if you like Trump or not. That ain't gonna make me dislike you. I don't care about that type of shit. I care if you come out saying dumbass shit out your mouth. Because unless Trump got his hand up your ass to make you speak, you gonna pay for what you say out your mouth. He gonna be held for what he say out his mouth. That's how I feel about it. I can give a goddamn. Because before, let me tell you something. Half the time, excuse me. Half these people, I don't even think they vote. They talk good politics. They ain't voting because they don't even understand the orchestration of the parties. They don't understand the powers of it. So I don't even get into that with people. So political, we ain't about to go. That's a defer. I don't give a fuck about that. Because when we talk factual actuals, sometimes we got to fall so we can see. Let the rise show of what the real downfall to a country is. And it ain't got nothing to do with the person. It's got to do with the people who have been destroying our country since the beginning. Like I said, half the people even in this chat don't even realize we named after a person. America is a person. Americus actually is a person. The biggest slave owner in the world ran with money. North America, South America, America are all his properties. But see, most of us aren't even that smart. So I don't even bother to get political with people because they're not even that deep. The ignorance of the people. So no. You know what tells the core of your heart? What you're willing to be a part of. I look at people on here who talk about they hate, but in every hate chat, they're there. In some of the places I would never go, some of these chats y'all be going to, and I'm being honest, I done went over to them and thought, how do y'all sit here 5 minutes, let alone come back and forth? That shows the core of your soul because it pulls you there. When the core of your soul is too good for that, you can't even sit in there without getting sick. Your damn show couldn't come back. How do I come back? That you better put the real name in that. You better know the name. A real person. But we live in a world that celebrates Christopher Columbus, who in 1492 discovered a place where people were. On his way looking to go through India, the reason we call them Indians, but yet you have to argue that with people on why we call them Indians is wrong. So if we that ignorant, I can't have a conversation with you. If you don't understand what Black Wall Street really was, if you don't understand that when Rosewood was attacked, the crime never even took place in Rosewood, if you don't understand that North Carolina right now has a law that says the only people that can wear a mask on their face is the Ku Klux Klan, if you don't understand the country in which you live in, then you got a problem. If you don't understand that most people that's going to talk to you about the violence of Black people are never even around Black people in that capacity, they're going off here saying what they heard to scare them. Propaganda. So if you want intelligence, I could give it, but most people don't. They want to give opinions and start fights so they can prove this thought in their mind that people can't have an intelligent conversation. I don't believe in any of that. I don't. My Black buddy who just passed last year was a Black Trump supporter. He was. That's his choice. I'm more mad when you don't vote than I am if you vote against what I believe in or you vote against somebody I don't like. That's part of the game. You understand me? But vote, but have a conscience and make sure something makes a difference. And when it hits the fan, no. people gonna blame you more than they blame the person who did it. So just know that. You just hold that, but whatever. But vote. Freely vote what you choose. Never hold from that. Never be afraid of that. The vote is a voice. Do it. Call your voice, and that's it. And that's where I leave that, y'all. Y'all know that. Because we can have many political conversations, but one, to me, political platforms need to just be a political platform, because there's enough in politics alone, even when it's not all corrupt, because there's always corruption. Because once again, remember what we're built off of. Even when we talk immigration, to know who Americus was, to know how this country was built, to know that most people came in, weren't originals, then you wouldn't be having the conversation you're having today. That's just the actual factual that you have to know. So that's all I wanted to say on that. But that deflected me from these skank ass bitches I'm talking about. Boom. I'm talking about enough skank ass bitches. But like I said, when it comes to politics, most people don't even understand the country. Most people, when you tell them laws in their own state, they didn't even know that was a law. But they can tell me about my city. Not even my state, my city, when the laws start up from the state. Yeah, they don't understand. Most don't know what the House do. They don't know what the Senate do. They don't even know. They don't understand anything. They didn't understand that all of them be in bed with somebody. And ain't been one war we've ever been in, they wasn't in bed with somebody they shouldn't have been. That 9 out of 10 have took a kickback that caused us. These are all truths, but see, people don't want to have these real conversations. They don't even want that shit. Like I said, I ain't even gonna get started, because like I said, they say Obama was the first black president. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is the ignorance of the world. I'm not doing it. I'm not. My people, black people, who you call new, we've been around 5,000 years. No, more. We not new. So, like I said, even if the ignorance wants you to believe that, you do it. You do it. If they kept painting us ugly and that's all you see, that's what you see. So, like I said, these are conversations. Like I said, I'm not, because most people ain't even ready for them. They need audiobooks. Remember, the only reason I don't like Muzz ass because she told me to read some books on being black. Girl, I live it. And where's that ignorant that somebody white come tell me some dumb ass shit like that and think they just led me to the promised land? Did you know the Pentecostal religion came from the slaves paying for their master? Get the fuck out of here. Like I said, we could talk it, but most people don't even have history facts. They have fake history facts. The most violent people ever in the country of America have been the most violent. The whole time of America's existence has been Caucasians. Do I think that makes all Caucasians bad? They ain't. No, they're not. They're not. Does it make every one of those ones that we speaking about bad? Oh, hell yeah, it do. That's where white supremacy come from. That's why they want to come back to it. That's why they want it. If it was already a leader, you'd be the supreme. You'd already be so, right? You wouldn't have to enslave people. You wouldn't have to, you know what I mean? And here's the thing. If they got rid of all us, they start messing with white people because you wasn't from here. Because you were German, because you was Italian, because you was from Scotland, because you was from... Because when them boats was coming in, they was coming in from everywhere. Italy. They wasn't just coming from Mexico and Africa. Africa. Most white folks don't even realize Africa a continent. They speak of it as like it's a state. It's a continent that you could fit America in 100 times over. Oh my God, I can't. It's motherfucking Earth. It's Mother Earth. That's why even when freaking Muslims come talking to me about South Africa, God, Jesus, most white folks know about South Africa because it's also one of the places where they came and took over like they did in America, but they couldn't run all through Africa. And no, don't think there are other parts they did come. So when you talk of fear, that's what we should fear. You should fear that if they kids walk into school and shoot it up, they're gonna have an excuse on why we failed them. But if your kid shoot another kid, they gonna say how we failed them, be scared of them, clutch your peers. Here come my black son. He walking in the room. You should be petrified. Black women are angry. Well, you know what I learned about, but just even interacting in the John Yates sector, boy, these white women are pissed off. They not only always fighting, they drag their kids in it, their husbands. They come on and say shit like, my husband didn't make money. I was the breadwinner. He was, why are you telling us his business? They flirt with other men in front of their husband, or their husband some goofy wear in the background, I guess sleep in another room, because they just do the wildest shit. They be in rooms where everybody's saying the N word, the R word, the P word, you name it, A through Z. The worst words. They always connected to a group chat that's vicious. They know about who got doxxed because they had their information already and pictures of their family already. They just hadn't posted it. Look how many white women say that. But I'm the threat. I got an attitude. I ain't doxed one of them. I ain't went looking for them. I ain't did a live where I said, hey, throw out the throw out the super chat stuff about the dog one of these hoes. Because I know y'all like that. I could do it all the time and get y'all money just for it. I don't want your money. I had 2 cornea surgeries while a content creator. I didn't ask y'all for a dime. I stayed in hotel, didn't ask for a dime, but y'all still gonna say I'm the biggest freeloader. You don't know about me. I'm a scam. I need white women. I probably got about $5,000 in equipment I don't even touch. Nobody bought that. But that won't count because nobody cares. It don't sound as salacious as I need a white woman to survive. My mama ain't shit. My daddy ain't shit. My whole family ain't shit. We black. And we ain't supposed to be ain't shit. Ain't we supposed to be nothing? Ain't we angry? While they fighting everybody. Amber done got into it with. Name them. We gonna say she got into it with. She done got into it with everybody. But think about it, the black people she got into it with, she somehow became their friends and left them the fuck alone. She got into it with Trees. Trees ate her and her daughter. You know why? Because Trees, look, anybody don't believe it, Trees outed Amber's daughter because Amber's daughter was texting her and putting shit in her thing, and she outed, like, I found out it's your daughter. And not only did I find out, it sent me straight to her Facebook page. And then she posted Amber's daughter. And I was like, damn, that's kind of wrong, because that's when I still thought, hey, y'all leave people kids alone. But I see these people gonna fight the way they fucking want to. Just don't fuck with me. Because I'm not gonna play with you on the internet. But you can do what the fuck you want. Because we all got that right. If God gave you the right, you know I do. But like I said, when Trees outed your daughter, put all on the damn internet in her bikini to tell us how she was fat and all this. You sure got off that. You went to Dear Yvette, thought you'd get some black aid and assistance, and you didn't get what you needed because Dear Yvette was scared of Trees too. So you didn't get nowhere with that. You bagged up. When you was going for Flavor and talking about her daughter should be art, you just said that within the last year about her daughter. And I'm being nice by saying the last year. And your justification was because Flavor and her mama was talking about when you got art and screwdrivers and all this. You know how the story gets deep every time she tell it. But when Flavor came back and was eating your ass, and I know Flavor had to be eating your ass because, like I said, when Flavor came to ask me about running my video about you, she already told me she was in your ass like a wedgie. So you had to get on her good side because you know when her sisters really come after you, it ain't going to be a Heidi special. We not going to forgive them nooses around our neck. So to all my sisters, I'm going to tell you, definitely don't be no bitch that dared to say have your child raped. Because you know one thing about us, we don't never let go. We'll get around your people and tell them you talking to a bitch on the phone who says she want to see your daughter get hard. And see how many folks you know put their hand up and pimp smack you for doing it. I wish I would walk up on somebody like, yeah, me and Scamber, when she didn't like me, one day she was like, oh, I hope your daughter get hard, and I hope they stick screwdrivers and hammers and all this other stuff she said they did to her. Be in the hospital, can't poop, can't do nothing, but then got pregnant like within the next year. I said it. Because the more she gave that story graphic, I said, wait, but didn't she have a kid within the next year? So were you in the hospital in and out? We're doing reconstructive surgeries? Because see, when you say that, I think of all the women who really had to have reconstructive surgery down there. And they may have never been able to produce a child. And you ain't even calling that a glory if that really happened to you, because I don't believe it. And I have a right to say that. That don't mean it didn't happen. It could happen. I just find it funny that the only time tragedies happen to her, or people go to the hospital, or they almost dying, or they almost this, is whenever people get on a bass ass like a wedgie. Here she come. I only did it because of this. Brooke, my son saw that you. Now, she had did a whole live with 148 where they both admitted they was whores. And it was okay. They was madams. I'm sorry. They was madams. They was madams and shit. Then the next thing you know, she like, oh, my son needed to use my computer for a science fair. And Brooke, the first thing he saw was Joe Live. Now, he opened Joe's computer and it went straight to Brooke's Live. And when he saw that you said I was a hooker, he wanted to end it. But she's still on the internet 2 years later. And her daughter's still co-signing for her. So what you showed your son is, please, when something's bad, stay in the fire. Don't stop, drop, and roll, honey. Pour gasoline on it. Cover yourself. Drench yourself in anything that's flammable. And hold on, let me get our cheerleaders. A-M-B-E-R. She's the best mother, best woman, best content creator, best person, best grifter, best everything. I'd be like, yes. Oof. Shoot, her clit about to fall off because it's getting weighed down by all this pressure. This pressure cooker they putting on it. I mean, oh my God. And bombshell. I said it when I seen you giving her another chance. I said, oh, this is gonna definitely go right back into messy stew fire. You know why? Because Amber loved to repeat on white women. She after him, ambulance, sis, how you doing? Happy belated birthday, sis. You know what's funny is I meant to text you on the day, and I don't remember if I did, but happy belated birthday, sis. But yeah, we forget. Do we forget? And why don't John think that maybe Addie might just be putting the stuff out herself? If you did send her the picture, maybe she wanted to put it out. Because all these people, they act alike. They know what drama do. Addie mad because she was talking about him. And she said, I'm going to get him. But I don't believe that's what happened. I think John put his own picture out. Because him and Amber one and the same. They both the female version of each other. In my opinion. And it's not because he's gay. Because he'd actually be more masculine because he was gay to me than he is. He's everything I can't stand about women. Yeah, I never knew none of this shit. None of it. But they better than me. That's cool. Stay better than me. They literally will say shit to me like, yeah, you had so many in your chat and I be having 100, 200. Yeah. But you put out a video about anything but talking about somebody or telling a lie or cussing out and losing control, and nobody cares. They don't really give a shit. They don't. I remix people's videos and give a shout out to things I'm watching. Because here's something I want to say about remixes. When you do a remix, inside the remix, right when you're watching my remix video, there's a play button. If you tap that play button, you know where to take you? Exactly to the video I'm showing. So it's a promotion to the channel. I got remixes that did 200,000-300,000 remixes. And I always put this here thing right here, my face, because I'm reacting to what I'm watching. I'm also promoting what I watch. And you know why I don't share more people in a remix that I know, like that I actually think that you should be sharing them? But everybody I'm subscribed to. I don't share anybody I'm not subscribed to. I don't remix anyone I don't watch. But my whole thing is, because most of those people will swear you're trying to use them for a view when actually I'm sending you something. And then anything else I'm doing is because I posted it. You go post your own remix and see if it do 200,000. How about that? Because every video ain't got 100,000 views. I also learned how to do things the right way. So when they YouTube say don't do this, like most of the people on here don't even understand reuse content. So a lot of y'all come on here playing people's TikToks. That's gonna end up hitting you as a reuse content. Their Instagram videos, all you gotta go do is change that shit around. Go into Canva, go into another thing, go into your video editor and move the video around. Play the front first, the back, move it around, turn it down to a 30-second. For so many seconds, anybody can use anything. It could be a famous copyright, but you have like, I think it's 10 seconds of it you can use. Might be 15. But why don't people get invested in understanding shit? They don't. They don't. They don't understand that half of what they doing and whether you got away with it forever or not is fucked up. It's illegal. It's against TOS. It's a violation. That's what people don't get. So, like I said, get yourself together. I don't worry about no other content creator and what they doing on their channel. I'm never gonna come in your chat to tell you what to do, and I'm never gonna come on my platform and tell you how to run your shit. I'm just telling you what I won't do. And I'm gonna tell you what I watch. I'm not just sitting here jumping in something because people I like don't like you. That don't move me. Like I said, I can like you and everybody hate you, and I still like you. And I can hate you and everybody love you, and I still hate you. It's that simple. And I still respect them enough that I know I don't hate them. It's you. I'm saying. They don't care. None of these people care. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes. It was definitely the anniversary of mine. It was his birthday. Yeah. Same day as your birthday. Yes. Blessings. That's why I tell you, even with my ancestors and all the people I've lost and that I love, and my family, my friends, they are the people that look over you. Those are the people that I rise for, I live for, I keep their dream alive. So any of these people in here think they're gonna rake or shake me? You couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't. You could just make me show you how. Look, how that's all you got. But I could keep moving. So, like I said, where people thought I was, I guess, ghost this year, none of their numbers will match mine. None of those people. They all can say whatever they want, but when we go analytics to analytics, I'm gonna beat them every time. And just being me. While they trying to be each other, they turning on each other, they being the biggest snakes in the grass, all that. The biggest Sambo tapping bitches I ever seen in my life. The biggest racist, Karen ass, entitled, white tear shining bitches I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, and I ain't afraid to say it. That's the problem. White ain't right. White ain't the richest. White ain't the smartest. It ain't never been. So to think that because these people said they word bond, everything Amber said has been a lie. Why y'all believe now her daughter ain't in it? She been in it since she was 16. She stopped now? When she grown? She stopped? No, she knee deep in it with her. And then it's like, look, her mama in the hospital with fine doctors, then her mama out the hospital, and then she back in the hospital, but back home from the hospital. Oh my God. Smoking guns. Smoking guns. All these people, they love to get your job taken, your husband taken, your wife taken. Get your nudes. They all trash. Trash ass bitches. That's not me though. And they probably think I'm a trash ass bitch. But not for the same reason. It's not for the same reason. Shit. Like I said, I don't watch everybody hate Maria, then love her, then hate her. Then what? It didn't change mine because I didn't need none of their permission to like her. I told y'all in the beginning of 2025, when Heidi and them thought they was coming for me for the takedown, I told all my other enemies, I'm going to put y'all motherfuckers to the side. Now, if you got something to say about me, I'm coming for your ass like wedges, right? Okay? But other than that, and I'll speak on you when I feel like it, because we ain't friends, because we never was. You get what I'm saying? But I left it there. So Danny was off of mofos. Only people who I had my tunnel vision on was Heidi, Crazy Cat Mama. That's it. That's it. And see, y'all, silence is golden. Loud is lying. Loud and wrong. Mm-hmm. You better tell them just say no, but this is what I'm saying, sis. You ever hear some Caucasians speak about Africa and the only place they tell you about South Africa? Only place they know is Nigeria. They seen Blood Diamond. That's all they know. And then they describe Africa like the one thing they know is all that's going on in this continent. But then if you dare to tell them there's many countries that they be home with, I know that. No, you couldn't. Because you keep speaking about, and then they'll speak about Mandela like he ran the whole country. Mm-hmm. Check it down, down. Check it down, down. Yeah, but they don't seem to know it's a continent, sis. I don't think so. And they don't seem to know it's Mother Earth. They don't seem to know that everything done came from there. They don't seem to know that some of the greatest things of the land we needed came from there. They don't seem to know. They think everybody running around with their boobs out. I don't know. That's the thing they're doing. Lions are flying through their tents. Africa. They'll say Ethiopian speak like it ain't. Oh, I cannot do this. I just stop. We stopping. Stop. Y'all see I get these comments and I be like, girl, y'all don't realize these people do this on the internet. They dumb. For real. Shit. But Babs, how you doing? How you doing? Yes, and just saying, how you doing? How you doing? Mm-hmm. But yeah, and then like I said, it'd be the turn on gate. They'll all say, I don't care where you go, y'all. Then they'll be on their live. Let me tell you something. I don't care where nobody go. But if I see you over at Just Jules, hey, ambulance, I see you over at Just Jules. Let me tell you something. I didn't care. I literally was watching it. A comment came up because I was watching it in the afterwatch. Because sometimes I got to watch her shit to catch up on this shit. Because I be like, hold on, I got to go to the sources that's going to show me some of the shit. That's the shit I'm not willing to watch. But anyway, your name came up. I said, what my ambulance doing? And I kept it moving. Girl, I don't care. TL over there, you look, I've talked to TL. You think my conversation was like, and bitch. And you and just, and bitch. I don't give a fuck. As long as I don't come in and Just Jules is saying Danny ain't shit, and you in the comments saying, you better say it, bitch. You better say Daddy ain't shit, bitch. Fuck Daddy. Now I'm be like, hey, ambulance. I'm gonna get in the chat. I'm like, did Danny just get in Jules' chat? Yes, she did. I'm like, ambulance. A bitch. You got my number, bitch. A bitch, you could have called me with that and said that, bitch. This hurts. I'll be all in the motherfucking shit like, oh, wait, bitch. TL, I don't call both your phones and cuss you the fuck out, bitches. You in her chat co-signing on me, bitch? Let me catch you. And if I ain't got your number, I'm coming in the chat still. Like, oh, okay. Don't have me get back on Instagram and confront you. I see Cat over there. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. And I mean that shit. What's up, girl name? No, stop fucking with Jules. But when me and Jules fell out, she only came over a couple times. But if I'm talking about Jules, she don't. She was one of the only ones over there that when we fell out, she stayed like, you know what? I'm still gonna swing by Danny. I can't think of her name. Win Whisper? Is it Win Whisper? It is nothing but love because y'all got to free to be whoever you want because they ain't gonna go what you want. You might not like them and I might be there, but I'm not there because you don't like them. I'm there because I like them. But my dude said, Danny. That's why I said they gonna have Danny go into the archive, just like as people talk about Kanika Jenkins, y'all. I was so a part of that. That's how I knew who Bombshell was, because Bombshell was part of the Kanika Jenkins community. But I was in the community with her uncle, the one who passed during it. I was in other communities about it. I hate Jedediah Brown, and I've always thought he was a scam on this. But inside my phone, literally from the day after she died, I'm talking about I got screenshots of the shit that was being put on social media, the post, her post, what she was posting that day, all kind of shit in this here phone, Booney. Didn't I tell y'all some people memory is filled with just memories? Well, one day on YouTube, I realized, oh, you got to start saving this. Then one day I learned to screen record, and I said, oh, you really could get this. Just get what you need. I don't even want the whole video. I just want that pertinent shit. You understand me? So like I said, oh, baby, they rewriting. And I be watching and say, wait a minute. What about when he was coming after you? Just like I've seen Dear Yvette put up the clip of when Marcella and Val got into it on her panel. But I don't remember her saying that that was a panel that she was doing, that Dear Yvette was doing about Sean Davy Way. Saying that Sean Davy Way was a terrible black man to black women. And that he was very different. It was all about him. And guess who she had up there to defend this? 82. Denied. And I think Real stopped by. I said, wait a minute. Now, at least with Real, he don't degrade black women. But the other two is child dowing black women. God damn. What happened to I'm a woman first? But that's a whole nother story. But they just think you forget everything. Like I said, I was in the chat when Val's son came up and I was like, hey, my mom in the hospital. I know this a channel she messed with. I'm like, what the fuck? I was there. Like I said, I was watching Kimmy's when Val had the seizure. I didn't hear about it and go back. I was watching and say, wait, what just happened? Wait, hold on now. Rewind. I got the clip. And see, I got clips on people's channels, and I didn't know your channels would ever get taken down. The truth is, some of the clips I bring out, if I brought them out, they become mine. Because, see, I also know how to re-edit it, too. And so, what? Y'all want to do this? Just like that day when I said, oh, no, I could show you the screenshot of when Day2 made the comment, and I told him how my buddy was in the hospital. I got that shit. Because I learned you got to screenshot with these people. Because if they don't see it, it didn't happen. They know what happened. They know it. They was there. They was there. We all gasped when Amber said, John, your mama took her life because she hated you. We was there. And see, that's the thing about y'all people. If I repeat it, they're like, Danny, you so wrong for repeating what these people did. They wrong for doing it. Like I said, yeah, we could talk about GN all night, but here's the thing. If y'all really dig in the GN archives, what you're going to learn is a lot of these people were there for it. They were off and on being her friends during these times. Didn't y'all just see half of them were just her friends? They were modding up for her, sharing her live, bringing them on her panel. But now they want to tell her she was batshit crazy in 2021, 22, 23, 24. Honey, she was batshit crazy since the day she was born. I could see it. I could feel it in my spirit. My whole crazy spirit tell me that she been cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs the whole time. But you know what? Like I told you, Jen, and I've said this several times. Shit, I ain't got nothing against you because you just show us who you are. You know what I'm saying? I don't mess with you, but I don't have nothing invested in you neither. You know what I mean? I don't. I think that half the reason Clint get no respect is because you dogged them out first. I mean, but these aren't new things. Like I said, I cared more that you said you put a noose around Heidi's neck than she cared. I cared more that you said your daddy freed the black people when it sounded like he enslaved you. So I'm just trying to figure out how he freed us. But that's a whole nother story. And you already know I went to the Atlanta World War II center they had where they had the reenactments and they had all these honorable people and I didn't see your daddy. But I said that. I did that on a live. So whether you watched it or not, that was years ago. So who cares about this today? I don't. Just like when Amber was trying to out that John called old girl nappy-headed, I said literally in her chat, y'all didn't care about it when it happened. So why should it be so important now? They race bait. They money bait. Danny don't never come on here like, hey, Mods, drop my cash out. The goal today is 100. Now I'm going straight to the dispensary with it. The only person I ever seen do that for real, well, I've seen Trees do that before, but I used to be like, damn, did she really just tell her people, like, if you want me to keep talking, I need to give me some weed and a coffee and an ice and a this. And I'd be like, God damn, and they did it. But I heard Tulsa. Tulsa literally, the day that they always play that video with Tulsa going off on Cups of Conversation. Just like Cubs, me and Cubs go back to when her and August and Rello were doing a channel. Like I said, Danny been around here in everywhere. So all that I am the John Yates sector. Where you met me wasn't there. These people, and then their connections was them. Like I said, Amber, Heidi, and 82 were tight. When I came over to 82 channel, he didn't even have 1,000 subscribers. He was doing the thing on Sherelle. But they were all friends. They were competing to see who would get monetized first. But now I'm the one who was, y'all were all clicking together for real. 82, you and John, actually, he apologized to you for saying the N-word. Y'all were John Yates sector, not Danny. Deary Vat said she wanted to bend John over and strap him up. You understand? Like, I mean, I didn't say that. They did. Deary Vat came on and told us she had bought her house from a slave master. And she knew plenty of white people that said the N-word. Danny never did this. I didn't. Oh, you was a Sparkle Alley mod? Then you know what I'm talking about when Sparkle Alley came on to talk about what had happened in her history for all those people who didn't know that she had been there before. She had thousands of followers, and then her and Sean Davy Wade, and this what happened with her King Payne, and that Val came up on that live to pray with her. Yeah. And even when Sparkle Alley came back, and she was talking about she was going through the divorce and being a single mom and all that stuff, I was watching her. She was doing that little running and doing her shorts on working out and getting her soul together and, you know, all that. I was watching it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I remember when John struck Sparkle Alley, Sonny. He struck all black content creators mainly because that was the big thing people were talking about. And then Sparkle Alley went up on his channel and people didn't like how, no, or did he come up on Sparkle's channel? I can't remember. Did Sparkle come up on his channel or did he go up on Sparkle's? But people was like, you was letting him get away with stuff. He was still kind of talking slick. And people were mad at her for that, for even in any form taking his word. You know what I mean? And saying you work with him. You remember how to see? I'm going to tell you, Danny been here, baby. I've been here. I've been here, so whether you knew it or you didn't, I was here. So when we talk about it, I don't need to go call Susu and them to tell me. I don't need to go into the archives. No, I remember when it was happening. I was thinking, y'all really, nobody saw this shit? Nope, nobody heard this? I remember. I'm trying to think of who else he struck. But it was like Sparkle, Sonny. And like I said, I remember when, was that on Evangelist Val's live? When she read that letter from Sonny? And it's supposed to be like a letter from Sonny. That was like a year ago. I remember the last time I literally watched, now I know Sonny been doing a lot of stuff with the politics lately. I've watched a couple of different things. But ever since, like, because at the time when Val read the letter, Sonny was like, you know, I done left the community, my husband running for office, I'm turning away from all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. I remember that. But does anybody remember this? See if you remember this. I remember when, oh, shit. I just forgot it, but it was something with Sonny. When I heard Sonny the other day and I thought about her and Val getting into it, I thought of two things. I thought about the letter. And when Sonny was like, no, because she's trying to get away from the drama, but it was something else. Oh, Sonny. Remember when Sonny interviewed the white girl? And I hate to say the white girl because I can't remember her name, but she was from the John Yates sector. And she interviewed her, and Perry and them came in, got mad, and they went over to their channel and started attacking Sonny. And then Sonny came over to their panel and was like, hey, wait a minute, wait, time out. It was none of that. I wasn't even trying to diss you. And they were like, oh, you was trying to come for us. Remember you had did. Y'all remember that? Anybody remember that or just Danny? Because John Yates is like a cancer. It spreads. It is. And then he was saying he had cancer. And he said, no, they said he might have cancer, but he was just waiting on a test. So you was jinxing yourself like you have it? Yeah. Yep. And they started to cancel John Yates because when he lied and said Danny was this person, she said, well, I'm going to deep dive him. Because that's what she had already started doing with Nosy Ho. So that was her thing. That's how she branched off that. But then because people wanted to out Danny so bad, Danny started doing the whole, because remember, Danny was supposed to leave after the whole Nosio. So when Nosio was gone, she was supposed to be gone. But then she didn't leave because she knew she still had some avenging to do. You know, and she was like, oh, I'm going to be this my, and that's what she's done. And then you got the people that go after. So that's how you get the her and Teddy thing, because Teddy thought she was going to leave too, was ready to take her whole identity and run with it. You know what I'm saying? But see, if you've been here, you know this shit. Just like you'll know with the Hear Her stuff. I remember when Val told Hear Her, get a channel, girl. Maybe you should have a channel. She didn't even say it viciously. But honey, that hung over for Hear Her. I remember when Hear Her told her she'd show herself as soon as she hit 1,000. Like I said, I've been here. I remember when Sweet Pea and AT2 got cool. They both were into it with Sean Davy Wade. I remember all of this because I was watching. Yeah, I go in sometimes because, like I said, I'm still subscribed to Sunny. Yeah. Froggy. Nope. Never play with health issues. Never. You know, I mean, you don't. You know what I mean? Like, that's not something. And then if that's how I got to get your attention, then obviously you don't care about me. So why am I even going through that? I'm not finna lie to y'all about dying. Oh, yeah. Like I said, it's so many people that I've been subscribed to since 2019, 2018. It's people that I can name I've been subscribed to since 2016, 2015, 2014. Because like I said, I didn't come on here to be a content creator at all. But when, like I said, when the Yates shit was going on, people turned on you. Like 1 minute you in the chat and like we all laugh and joke. Then the next minute, because you not saying, you're saying that they're wrong, people get mad. I'm like, I'm not, y'all got me messed up. I'm not in a cult. Nobody owns me. They don't own my decisions either. We can agree to disagree. You don't like them, that's fine. I'm not going to take you from that, your feelings away. But you're not going to make me feel what you feel. Because I can agree with some things you're saying, but I don't feel the way you feel about them. That's it. Because like I said, with Sherelle, I was watching Sherelle first before John Yates wasn't even on the internet. Like when I first saw John Yates, I saw John Yates because I used to watch Brittany's live. And Brittany, I never forget, Brittany was putting these sheets on her bed. And she was talking about how people were talking about how she didn't have these sheets or whatever because she had this expensive bed. And John Yates came in the chat and started talking shit. And I was like, damn, he a troll. You know what I'm saying? Didn't know who he was. So when they had their beef, and I still got the screenshots, and if I show you in my phone, what you'll see is I took them the day it happened. Because they were going back and forth with each other. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say. So when I heard of him, so then when he came, and then I used to watch him and Cody be sitting on the floor doing their lives on Instagram and then their little YouTube channel. They were trying to mix the two, like putting their Instagram lives on YouTube. That's before he's even with Sherelle. Then when he got up on Sherelle's, I watched how Sherelle was defending him. Oh, he's not on drugs. I'm like, damn, they saying all that. I said, I did kind of think it when I would see them lives. He did seem like he was inebriated or something. But whatever, he's a grown man. He can be whatever the fuck he want to be. I didn't care. That ain't what made me dislike him. The shit that the bigot that he is, that's what made me not like him. And he wasn't even a good bigot like Archie Bunker or George Jefferson. He was a bad. I think we all got a little bit of prejudices in us, but he was a And then he said the most hateful stuff, that women were too ugly to be art. And just like Rio, they would say the most hateful stuff. And I would call Rio out because I felt an obligation of him being a black man. And that's the truth. And even when I watch some of the people act like they care about Rio so much, it's funny. How come you didn't care that much in the living? Shut up while you dead. And I'm saying that as somebody who honestly talked to him. And like I said, yeah, me and Rio fell out. You know why? Because I won't be disrespected by none of y'all. You won't come in my chat, call my mods racist, like it's a fact, and think I'm going to stand on it just because they white. You got me fucked up. That's like saying just because we black, we best friends. It's not the same. But don't question my character, because you did that the moment you did that. And he knows that, because I made that very clear. Did that mean I wish death on him? No, but some of y'all went out to go find out how he died, where he died, and y'all could tell people what day he died and where he died. Not because y'all cared about him. Because I wonder what you sent for his funeral or something. Nothing. But then people don't bring him up. All these people bring him up wrong. And half of them hated him while he was here. Like I said, that ain't me defending. I'm just keeping the buck. 100%. He was used for drama. Like I said, he done disrespected Dear Yvette so much. I mean, like I said, he was the one who said that AG2, that wasn't his uncle. He was sleeping with him. He said the terrible stuff. You know, Rio was a piece of work. He was. But the other side, like I said, when Rio tried to disrespect me, and I told him, I get active. Y'all want to get on this internet and get active and then degrade each other. That's why I haven't come on here one time. And not one black person I've gotten to, we sat back and forth in this, in that. I'm not doing that for nobody. Not for the future blacks and queens on us. That ain't what we gonna do. You want to get into some real, we on some gutter, let's get gutter. And that go to any race. I'm not doing it here. I'm not letting nobody come up on my panel to degrade me. And I ain't going on nobody's panel for you not to listen, but to try to fight me. All that word battles, I don't want to do them. Do it on your own. I maybe hear you, maybe I won't. Maybe I care, maybe I don't. But like, I'm not going to degrade myself in no kind of way like that. And if I get into it with you and you white, I'm not using your color for the problem. But the moment you come for mine, I'm going to remind you who yours is. Yeah, like I said, we got laws in the land that say we could sleep with our kids for y'all. So, not because of me. Yeah, they did. They did. And one of the things I feel like with Dear Bad, that's what I say about these people. All these people on the internet will stop liking you because you like somebody they don't like, but then they'll go back to liking the person and forget that. Like I said, Selfie Queen, JJ, they dislike me. But the only reason I ever heard anything about him is because I kept hearing when I was out of town, when I was in Tennessee on this excursion trip I was doing, that I guess was forced to get to freeload, I guess, whatever you want to call it. We'll call it whatever, call it freeloading trip. When I was on this trip to Tennessee, I kept hearing JJ drunk on the panel. You want to hear the clip of her saying that you and me and Heidi passing out Selfie Queen pictures. I'm like, I would never do that shit in my fucking life. Stop putting my name in some nasty shit. Y'all hoes pass pictures around. Y'all hoes, rooms full of, once again, mainly Caucasian, sitting around, passing around chicks. It ain't me. It ain't me. All I said was that one of those posts that Jules is playing is Selfie Queen, but they keep calling it memes. And Selfie Queen was in the thing saying like you agreed it was memes, knowing it was you. But then she went to Kevin. This is what I say, and I still have the screenshots. Kevin wanted to talk to me and Heidi. I don't know if he talked to Heidi because I don't concern myself with shit with me. He never talked to me. I told Terry Lynn I will never talk to dude. Ever. Ever. Because I accept that Mims did wrong. She answered to God for that. So I'm not going to disrespect her on things we can't change. But I didn't take it. But what I did take from Kevin is I told Terry Lynn, tell Kevin to send you the text messages where Selfie Queen is saying to him, hey, Jules put up my pictures. Did you tell her? Send me that. And he sent it to her and she sent it to me. And to this day, I still ain't put them out on you, Selfie. But you literally text that man and said, hey, she putting up me with, I don't want my son. This is what you saying to this man who's degrading women, including you. But then I got JJ talking about me like I'm trash, and I never did nothing but defend JJ. We never had a problem. And then what's so funny is one of the main people that was shitting on y'all, Heidi, y'all all up her ass. Stay there. Stay there. Because see, while I've been watching this year, I'm noticing that half the people that were so-called talking about us or me, suddenly they think she okay. But you made a choice. Keep it. Because that's the snake in the grass. It's not me. It's not me. JJ, when he was calling his baby mama, I was on his ass. When he put up that, that Twitch, and he had that picture of you saying you was, I told him, take that shit the fuck down. Because your baby mama ain't going to be off grounds, or your baby. When he did a live about Jules' mother dying. Come on, man, stop. because they only going to show you out bad. And that's wrong. I want better out of anybody I'm talking to. And I'd hope they want better out of me. I hope when they see me fall and they're going to lift me up. But yeah, like I said, but these people, they got something so against me. Why? Y'all will forgive everybody but me, and I never did nothing to y'all. Ask yourself that. Like I said, I even said it to Doom earlier. When he did that and he was, oh, you know what? I didn't realize I was, even if he realized it or not, he was using a racial slur. Hey, I didn't hold him on that. So nobody I'm holding somewhere. But people swear I'm holding certain people one place and other people somewhere else. I'm not. Because as you can see, we talk about people's history. I can just tell you what I've seen. Not what their personal life is, but what I've seen on this here internet. Like with my own two eyes. I've seen Cody and John fight on the internet. Still got the footage of the brass knuckles. But like I said, Danny don't be out in all this shit. Cooch, I love you, girl, but everybody know you got everything. See, y'all got whole videos where y'all done said and uploaded, downloaded, uploaded whole things. That's a lot of storage, too. I don't. I got pertinent moments in the registration of when you took the picture to give me dates. And I keep the title in it so I can see it, so I can remember what you titled this shit. Like I said, I'm so-called, I was the yikes sector. What's the yikes sector? All them bitches that dox each other. I've never been that sector. Never. Never. I've been wherever I wanted to be. And like I said, when Sherelle and them was acting like, oh, we just said on Reddit that you a traitor, because I had to say when somebody said, well, Sherelle told us black people always call each other house niggas. It's a term of endearment. Where? Where? How about you tell your black friend to go say it to another black friend and see if they don't get terms of endearments in their face? See, that's what I said. Some of these black folks, y'all tap dancing with the white folk. Y'all giving them a reason to go blackface somewhere. Y'all giving them a reason to go say this word belong to the blacks. They be like, do-rag belong to blacks. How that belong to the blacks? The fuck? Y'all know how old a do-rag is? Oh my God. I'm so tired of being, and I'm not the brightest bulb in the But sometimes you get around these people and you're like, oh my God. Just like when they were like, Amber, we know it's not your daughter, even though this a whole content creator. Now imagine this the content creator that's up on Heidi's panel who's not supposed to be the daughter. Now, when you come on and be like, I don't know why these people are saying I'm her, I'm this person, I'm da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No, this is how she answers stuff. I'm not none of those people. Yes. No. Oh. Y'all talk at the same time. Oops, she dropped. She's back. Yes. You heard it. You guys heard it here. They both said yes at the same time. They didn't say at the same time. It went yes, yes. So it wasn't at the same time. And if they're two different people, they could speak together. How about this? You could have just had them sing the ABCs at the same time. They could have both been A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And one could have been doing it like hip hop, and one could have been doing it like the opera. One could have been A, B, C, R, D, R. They could have gave it to us like that. While the other one's like A to the B, 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 C, C, D, 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 E, F, G. They didn't give us that though. They didn't. They was like, hello. And then look, if you pay attention, y'all watch it, y'all think I'm making this up. It's times Amber talking and the other thing is weakened. And then Amber saying, well, Heidi, you know I only got, now remember she got all this top-notch equipment, y'all. She got all this top-notch equipment, y'all. She said, all I got is the headset go over my head. I don't know how me and my daughter can talk at the same time. Well, girl, we heard your daughter getting tickled. So tell her just say anything we'll hear in the background with these shitty headphones you got at Mike's. But she could. And then the girl, she said, oh, yeah, remember me and you, we were talking about Stranger Things yesterday? Because Heidi always got to let you know she talked to all these mofos. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. From the good side to the bad side, enemies, foes, she talked to everybody. Mm-hmm. She said, remember we talking about Stranger Things yesterday? What did we talk about? When her daughter's responding, get ready to go respond to Heidi about that, right? Heidi's talking. Because remember, if both of those are Amber's daughter, if Heidi's talking and their mic is picking it up on the other one, it's going to reflect, not because they're talking, because they're picking up her voice. You get what I'm saying? And that's when I was like, they think we're all technically stupid. But one thing I understand about mics is if I'm not muting this one and we're next to each other, even if I'm not talking and I'm on mute, when y'all make sound, because it's going to come through my mic, my thing's going to vibrate. So when Amber would talk, the other ones would be vibrating. But then Amber's daughter couldn't get right next to her like she wanted her to at first because she couldn't answer from far away because then she's going to echo next to her mother. See, I could feel the scam all through it. Like I said, Amber's not even a good scammer. Y'all seem to just fall for hook, line, and sinker, honey. She get to batting her. She ain't even got blue eyes. And y'all just be gone. She's on the show. Why would her daughter do that? It's her daughter in the chat telling people, yeah, why was you in our live earlier? Our live? I thought your mom had a channel. Your daughter's talking Texas, girl. Just like your daughter was stabbing trees. Hey, Amber, why don't you go on your live and say Trees lied about your daughter stalking them? I bet you Trees will come from Station Head and check you about it. And for those like myself who got the screenshots, Trees says it. Since your daughter want to put her ass in grown-up shit. She says it. So Kawinky think your daughter was stalking in 2020, 2022, but she wasn't doing it this year. Smoke screens. One of the people I want to see completely off of the internet and all social media is Amber. She's a terrible person. She is a terrible person. And I'm not going to stalk her to get her off. I'm going to let her use the rope any way she wants to. Because what I've seen and what is evident and clear, I mean, even down to when she was doing it to Sherelle, she wouldn't stop putting out that they were married. She wouldn't stop putting out she had the blueprint of their house. She is messy. She is conniving. And her husband has been her trick since before we ever knew she existed. And if y'all, so that's why I be like, they be talking about Jules, all these hoes suppose. At least Jules, we could say, was not the hoe. Okay? She was actually getting left alone. And that's not an insult, all her fans. She wasn't the hoe. And I don't know how many times I gotta tell you, nothing as no ebonic, no one ass people. The bottom bitch is really the top. So every time y'all say that, y'all give her more props than you want to when y'all keep calling her a $2 hoe. Like, get it together on slang. And thirdly, these were real hoes. They had back pages. They had, you know what I'm saying? They had Yelp reviews. Amber, this hoe got Yelp reviews. She got Google reviews. Any of you women with young kids sitting with this bitch talking about, this my friend, you are teaching your daughters to go hang with women they should not be around. That's how these little girls end up in bathrooms, freezers, all kind of stuff. Because they hanging with nothing ass bitches who aren't their friends. Who want to get a screenshot of them fucking or something so they could go talk about them. Dirty underwear, whatever. That's these heifers. And I'm sick of saying, I'm like, you know what, if y'all want to be puppies, be one, but I'm not going to not say it. And like I said, come on, that's Amber's daughter. Those two voices are exactly the same. Watch it, y'all. And here's the thing, if I'm telling a lie, then have the girl go live since she got a channel and have Amber and them go over there. And while she's giving us full conversations, because she would have to be the one interviewing the daughter. Give me that. Have her say, come on over here, Amber. And why, when Amber want to prove something to us, why wouldn't she camera up with her daughter? We know what she looked like. And you could camera up with her and just show us the top of her face. I mean, the bottom of her mouth, where we can see her mouth moving. We can see she's talking. Why don't you give us that? Because you're not going to give us that, because we know it's your daughter. Everybody who knows it's your daughter. And there go your Gregory Hines saying, come over and do it on my channel. And y'all was dropping stickers and Cash App. Mods, drop my goddamn Cash App in the chat. Send me some damn money. No, I'm just playing. No, don't drop my Cash App. If these heifers getting money for lying on their kids, hold on, Nina, let me lie on you. Nino, I'm gonna have you dox a couple of bitches. Then I'm gonna have you come on here and bark a couple of times, right? And then I'm gonna have them bark at the same time. And then I'm be like, that ain't Nino's bark though. Don't y'all see he ain't barking when he barking? But my mic gonna be moving and shit. I said, watch it. Just watch it, y'all. Watch it. Just like if you watch the live, and look at this. Amber loved Heidi so much that Amber has literally in the last month, according to me, month or two, she has literally done terrible things on Heidi's platform, right? On her platform. So one of them was she was on there doing that fake makeup with Flavor while she was sending emails to Texas mom, Texas, whatever her name is, Texas girl, Texas mom, Texas cowboy, Texas ranch, I don't know. But anyway, when she was sending him messages, it was all a plot. Then you turned on her for calling you to tell you about them said messages you sent her. I'm willing to bet my life she sent them messages. Just like I'm willing to bet my life her daughter is the person who's doing it. You been doxing, little girl, but you grown now. Yeah, her and Brooke are friends again, and that's on them. I don't care about that either. I wouldn't. Ain't no way in hell. And I damn sure wouldn't be knitting or shit. This the girl who, hey, who was that? Who was that? Because you know how these people are. You knit me something, I fall out with you, I'm gonna set it on fire on the internet. You buy me something, I'm gonna break it on the internet. I'm not buying these people nothing. And I damn sure ain't taking my time. Because I wish y'all would have been knitting some shit when y'all was discovering each other. Like, for all the time, she was striking you. She was torturing you. And like I said, one of the reasons I respect Brooks is because Brooks stood up to her. Brooke outed her in a way that people had been trying. Perry had been told us Amber was sending her picture around, that it wasn't somebody else. Ain't no secret account. Ain't no ex who running an account that she can't get in, that these were Amber sending his pictures around. And then people kept not believing it. And Brooke came out and she put the golden ticket. I mean, I felt like I was at Willy Wonka's and they had just gave me the golden ticket to the chocolate factory. I felt like I was playing a video game and I had just conquered it. I felt like it was Christmas and everything under the tree was for me. I said, they done finally ho this hoe. And then Brooke, girl, I love you, girl. You even read us those reviews, honey. Those, somebody very close to Amber once told me, it's no way Amber slept with Ski Mask Andy, because she only sleep with black men. And the only white man she ever been with is her husband. I'm calling bullshit, because some of them reviews were by white men. But anyway, thank you, Brookie. Thank you for paying for that membership so we could go ahead and get a little bit of that. Thank you for playing those videos from Auntie's advice that are still up that these people act like they didn't know, because Auntie tells the whole story on Amber. Same stuff that's going on right now. Thanks, Brookie, for playing those lives where she had her daughter up there acting a fool. So we know this ain't brand new now. So while y'all sitting there together as friends, remember, thanks to you, you stopped that forest fire for us. Because everybody who thought it was a lie, we know it's the truth. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's the fact that she still got a page up right now that she can't get into, but she happened to have pictures that she was passing out to people from it. And to this day, when you type in her name on YouTube, some of the worst shit come up about her. I'm like, come on, this is who I want to best friends with? Never. I don't even know if we could be smoking buddies. What was old girl's name that went to Amber's house and Amber said she was talking about being a lesbian in front of her daughters and them? We used to see Amber out here getting drunk. Like I said, all this what she did. She want to talk about Jen's past. Girl. Should we talk about yours? Why you think we say, who's Blake? Because of you, girl, and that you didn't have a husband. And remember who lied with you, your daughter. When you said you weren't married, she got lost, and then she went ahead and lied with you. You corrupted her then, and we watched it on the internet. We also watched when you had that camera up, when you set your own self up, and that old lady came and your husband acted like he was going to put hands on her. I said, why don't he get that rough with you? You just carrying that old lady to death. Then when you think nobody else can. Till you get into it with somebody and they get hot, then suddenly. I remember one day I was in another sector and I was listening to this lady and she was arguing with Amber. It was over there in the bombshell sector because it's when Amber was getting into it with Michelle, all them. But anyway, the girl was getting into it with Amber, and Amber said to the girl the exact same thing that she said to John Yates. She told the girl, that's why your mama died, and she wanted to get rid of you, whatever. She hated you or something. She said this to the lady. And the girl's like, what? Wait, like, you think that's going to hurt me, Amber? Then Amber cleaned it up and said, oh, well, you don't know because I was hard and I was this. Girl, what that got to do? Hey, let me tell you something. For every person who kills somebody, I guarantee they're going to have a reason. Oh, they looked at me wrong. They did this. Is that justified? Like, what's the justification? And while y'all doing all these fact checks, fact check that bitch. Fact check these bitches. Don't fact check nobody till you fact check the hoes y'all running with. Fact check them. Yes, you can't get it back. And then when you keep giving your integrity away, she keeps doing it. Like I said, even with her and Auntie, she literally used Auntie. Like, she's been around here. She used those black women. See, y'all think I'm just trying to make this black and white. I'm not. I'm using factuals. White people there were no John Yates defending her. Nobody was jumping up. Nobody was grabbing and running for her. They did. Real women out there, real people from gutter, hood, to people that were like, oh my God. Y'all know the word I'm thinking of. Oh my God. Not civil rights leaders, but oh my God. But like I said, they helped her write the letter. That heifer didn't write that letter. The letter that she made deals with Lisa. And see, that's something they don't like to mention either. That when it was all said and done, Lisa was willing to forgive it to get that letter down. But the letter is a fact that she really said that stuff. You really was calling him an N in a text message to Amber. And Amber knew that when she was sending it to Auntie. Like I said, she's messy and she's used mess to get clout. And y'all actually call her that bitch. Like, she ain't that bitch. She's a bitch. Two different things. In real life, women, the real boss bitches will eat Amber. Like I said, and when real bosses come up against Amber, Amber go running. Sherelle, I was naming all the black women she ran from. Sherelle. She's still holding her clit height. She's like a piercing in Sherelle's clit. Even when Sherelle recently, this year, 2025, when Sherelle was coming up there, when she was getting into AT2 and trying to tell everybody AT2 was bad and going after her mom and all this, when she was crying about suing people, she said, there's been some people on our suit and they had to be quiet. Amber ran her dumb ass up there to say she was one of them. I said, these bitches are some pick me, please, pick me. Look at Jen. Right before they turned on Jen, Jen said she was in the cool crowd with Heidi, Amber. That's the cool crowd, where all they do is dox each other. Half the information they tell is when people once trusted them and then they betrayed them by turning on them. That's the cool crowd. Half of these women, they can talk about memes and everything else. Half these women have been in some situation inappropriate with another man and they're married. Mim's been dead a couple of years now. They'll still talk about her and what she did wrong. Like I said, old boy was passing out selfie queen shit. They will erase that. She's still here. And I'm not saying torture, but I'm just saying this is how butt backwards these people are. Some of them sit with the snakes. Like I said, John dogged Mims out like crazy. Heidi's supposed to love Mims so much, she's supposed to still talking to family. But we'll forget that even one of Mims' kids was after her and Terry Lynn. Then, whether she did with that kid or not, then we'll also forget that you're willing to sit with people that dogged her afterwards. Do you tell them that? And kiss their ass, hold their kahunas. Why? Wouldn't be me. Like I said. Integrity, right? Once you lose that. But some of them didn't even have integrity. That's why they did the things they did. They never had it. They never had it. And like I said, with this kind of behavior, how can we even call these people somebody I'm listening to? Christy Marie. Yeah. Christy Marie. Then Christy Marie had a name and be a mess. Then she ran over to John Yates. Then he let her go. Then, like I said, when we think about the back and forth, Look at Bella Marie. She come from mess and she's still being that kind of mess. And she's still getting secret messages. She's still hopping around here in drama. Like I said, y'all love that mess. They always go to another sector and they always can find the people that's saying the N-word, to this, to that, to this, even if it's all white chat. This is who these people like. Who do they promote? Like I said, Heidi's be, oh, forget William. The first time I met William and was on a platform with him, I came up on Heidi's and Heidi brought him up. Because he had just gotten into it with Rio. And Johnny Yates, I think. I can't remember because I didn't even know who the fuck he was. I didn't. But then it was like, hate him because I hate him. I'm not in no code and nobody controls me like this. Seriously. It's who they are. It's a revolving doors of friends and foes. But here's the thing I'm going to say, Babs. To me, it's all foes. Think about it. Let's just be honest. When you think about anything that's been outed on any of these people, they got outed by somebody we once called their friends, somebody who they sat on panels with, somebody who they passed super chats back and forth like they was a church. You know how the church do when they come to your church and they be like, oh, guess Pastor Danny, we just brought you an offering of $300. Then here next week I'm at your church. We just brought you an offering of $300. I gave you the $300 back you just gave me last week. That's what they do. Just being me, hey. But that's what they do. Like I said, and you know, Dear Yvette, always she been the black tea. Her and 82, they been the black tea sector, and all these sellouts. They not people call me sellouts, but the truth of the matter, no, y'all ain't. Y'all was in the white sector because black folks. Let me tell you something about being black. Since everybody want to be black till it's time to be black, black people are the hardest people to get back in when you go out of line with. You know why? Because they get tired of getting fucked around. So when it comes to us, at first they won't be accepting you. Then one day you might crack a good joke, you caught their attention. You might have made a fool of yourself, you caught their attention. You got up in some drama, you came back, you got their attention. But they know who you are. So like I said, when it comes to 82 and Dear Yvette, they weren't in the black tea running through it like that. They were in Brooks. The first person to interview Maria that I knew that was coming from that side was 82. And he was trying to make John mad. Like I said, John called 82 to apologize to black people. These people were close. I wasn't. But honestly, Dear Yvette was a member, going to John's stuff, throwing out super chats, super stickers, and super kisses. That's ass kissing if you want to know what I'm talking. But they all got something to say, but I didn't get none of that stuff. And when I've come to speak about what I spoke about things that really happened on the internet and how I felt. So they make me right or wrong. And that's what I said. I just been watching, and some of the stuff I've watched is still the same thing. I've been watching Amber and them gang up on people for years. It's all they do. It's all they do. It's it. Like I said, even when I was cool with the B and nobody was, I was cool with the B because she was another person that was being ganged up. So I go over there, and as long as she wasn't over there shitting on the people I fucked with, if that's what she was doing, I left. So when I went over there, I laughed. We enjoyed music. She talked about Jen. She replayed it and gave reviews. I mean, funny comments in the chat, and that's what I went for. I didn't go because I'm like, oh, my people I like, dislike, and I want to start some mess. Nope. And even when it was being said to me, you don't know who the B is, you don't know who the B is. I used to like, y'all act like I'm trying to invite her to be the best woman at a wedding I'm having or make her the godmother of my children. I'm not doing that. Not even she in my city, and I ain't even trying to get next to her. You know what I'm saying? Because I could if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Easily, right here. Anybody in this city. All they got to want to do is agree. And we can meet up. And I'm talking about some good stuff, not on bad. But yeah, I wasn't doing none of that. But it was still, you don't know who she is. So then when the B did what she did, how I heard about it is because Savage played it on her live. And I'm like, and then I was told, did you watch Savage live? Not even told what was said. Because people want to pull you in, because I say pull each other in. Hey, did you hear what they said about you on Reddit? Hey, did you hear what they said about you in this chat? Hey, did you hear what she said about you in this call 6 months ago? I'm not a puppet. Amber will always be a snake. Mm-hmm. It's good to see you, sis. I just was talking about you a few minutes ago and saying how what I don't like is like what I love about you. One of the things I love about, and I've said this to you, Brooke. Sometimes, Brooke, I know we the same age bracket because sometimes she plays stuff and she's talking about like a memory or something, and I be thinking that remind me of that time period. Not we went to different states and everything, but you know what I mean. Those are things I like. Her out in Amber is one, and she knows this because Amber bullied you. She bullied you. And I understand you forgive, that's on you. But here's one thing I'm gonna say about all these snakes in the grass. They're not even snakes. They really zebras. They never gonna change their stripes. That's who they are. And that's why even if they don't do it to you, the same thing they do to you. That's why I heard Brooke say a couple of days ago, and she was up on Heidi. She said, to tell you the truth, I don't like the ganging up. I don't like this because it's had it done to me. I want y'all to always remember that when y'all sit in these chats with the people that do it. Remember when it was you. Remember the tolls that these things brought to your relationships, to your home, to your jobs, to your life. No friend would do that. No friend. And I might not talk to y'all like all these other people do, but I'm going to be more of a friend in telling you that than they'll ever be. My friends have never and never will. When we think hard and long of our real friends, have they ever done that to you? And if they were, they weren't friends. Like I told people, don't tell me my best friend slept with my husband because your best friend would never. Some trifling hoe that sat next to you slept with your husband. And she got close to you so she could sleep with your husband. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wait, which one was played to stick to Jules? Mm-hmm. That's the one thing about me with love. To me, love is built through knowing just who someone is. So if I see you did something wrong or made a mistake and I stopped loving you, I never did. But I know that the love is real when it's not boastful, it don't brag, it don't all the things that I don't know if that's Corinthians or what, because I told you I'm not a Bible total, but I do know there's things in it. But like I said, those are with love. You're not getting on this camera. Get out. I'm writing you on the board. You are getting on the board, sir. No, on the board. But get that. He's so bad. He's so weird. He's so bad. Sapa Tapa Tea. I love you so much too. I know. Now y'all already know we got like 2 feet of snow outside, right? So here's the thing with him. In about 15, I'm gonna have to cut this short because then look, we've been on here 2.5 hours. I mean, we've been out in 2.5 hours. But because it's cold, our bathroom trips are quick. So it's either that. But sometimes you just need a little loving. Ooh, it's snowing. Cray, yeah, yeah. Oh, Bubba. Oh, Bubba. Like I said, Danny don't think she's perfect. And even when I'm talking about these people, I'm not going into their life secrets. Like, hold on, let me find out about when you fought about your husband. And put that all over the internet and throw it around. And then all these other bitches gonna follow me about it. And then I'm gonna be your friend, but they still gonna talk about it, girl. But don't be mad it was me. No. It's like I said about C was mad. Oh, Brooke, you somehow you convinced my son to make a channel to diss me, to do all this, to tell his opinions about life, to say what he thought. You did all that. But she could really have talked to your child or your mother for whatever reason, but not be wrong. Wrong is wrong is wrong is wrong. And if you don't think it's wrong to talk to them in any kind of way, then even if Brooke did talk to your son, it wouldn't be wrong. Not in your eyes. Oh, he just wanted some love because he went right back and right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He said he's going back to his other spot. He said forget the one I'm in. But look, no, this y'all, I kid you not. When I tell people that if I have something, he is gonna figure out how to get in it with me. If I'm sitting on a chair, if I someone just lean in the front, he gonna figure out how to lean in the chair with me. If I get on the bed and I leave this little bitty space open on the bed, he is going to curl his big old body like a poodle into this little space with me. Did you miss me? Ooh, you missed me because I was gone all day. And then I came home. I was like, my head hurt. Look, my hair hurts. I'm dying. Then he said, Heifer, you got up this morning late. You slept in. They went out, no treats. Y'all know we celebrate the king's birthday, but that's a whole nother thing. But like I said, but yeah, like I said, the things these people have done on here, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I'm too old for that. And I just want to teach the younger chicks, younger than us, that this ain't what we should be tolerating. Most of the reason women are demons is because we're trying to get back somebody for something. Like I said, I make no qualms about it. I have never liked Amber. When I finally tried to give her another chance and think maybe I'm just being too hard on her, maybe some of it was pressure, and I tried to be, just because I'm not here to judge nobody, but it's the same shit. And here we are in 25 and she's still doing the same thing. And I feel like half of y'all help her be here. Y'all pump her, y'all okay her, y'all say, oh, you know what? She's changed. She's not the same woman. She's exactly the same woman. She literally sat on Heidi's and said to Texas Girl, oh, people know how I get down. How do you get down? Tell us. Tell us. Because it's going to be all the stuff you swear you don't do. I can't. And like I said, and just like me, now, Brooke, I don't know if you saw the Auntie Advice videos when you aired them, but I saw them Auntie Advice videos when it happened, when Auntie Advice aired them. Like I said, I used to be in Auntie's chat. Amber was up in there, and so was Andrea. Andrea used to come up on this panel, and she stopped when Auntie's Advice kind of told her, like, wait a minute, there's no way you married to somebody and that happened. Because Andrea had said she was married to a man in Africa. Then she also had her hair standing up over her head and was drinking a tall can of beer. Because all of them used to come up on there buzzed out, chain smoking squares. So it don't matter if you smoking. I don't come on here to smoke, drink, nothing. I had shots with y'all on my birthday when I was in Georgia. I had shots with y'all, I think, on a New Year's Eve on my thing. I'm trying to those 2 cents. I'm not coming on here to drink with y'all. When I drink, I want to get social. I want to get active. I want to enjoy people. I want to, you know what I'm saying, engage. And I don't want to be sitting here thinking about talking about these mofos because I'm not getting mad drunk like they getting. I'm not getting drunk. So, yeah, none of the above. But all of them was. Like I said, Jen used to chain smoke so much, she made motherfuckers who smoke squares want to quit smoking. I'm like, I might never touch another one in my life because this half of here, it's just, this looks terrible. Like I said, these people come up, they've been these people. Like I said, Katie, Joy, and Amber was throwing back both tall cans of beer. They was both throwing them back. And when Andrea was on Auntie's Advice throwing back them beers, she was throwing back 211. Okay. Okay. But like I said, when Auntie outed her, Auntie even came back and Brookie played it. She brought those black women up. But see, what nobody seems to want to play is the lives Amber was doing with the black women on her channel. Those are being left out because see, when you hear that, what you're going to hear Amber be, I hate white people, all this, because she is a fake. Danny did not start disliking her because of some old John. No, it's because she's a racist, rape-baiting, lying, skanky, trifling, miserable bully. And I hate bullies. I despise bullies. And I despise every person who gets bullied and help bring a bully around and bully more people. I despise you more. Because that's how we had these kids who be scared of a bully and help that bully take down somebody else so they can leave them alone. I don't like that. I don't. And she's all of the above. And like I said, all you hear is, oh, Amber's changed. Change what? Her underwear? Change what? Where's she filming from? She been lying, 7-car garages. She ain't married. This, that. She been married 44 times. She adopted a baby at 8 months, though she was only 19. But think about it. When you think about the time when she says that all this happened, she was hard, screwdrivers everywhere. She was going in and out of surgery, having reconstructive surgery. In that whole 2-year period, she was married, adopted a child, had a child. You get what I'm saying? But her daughter ain't with her husband, but yet she was married to a man that she could adopt his child. You get what I'm saying? None of her timeline adding up. And y'all still be repeating it like gospel. Amber was sitting on the internet telling y'all flat out, yeah, I'm going to see my grandma. Gotta go see my grandma. I don't go see my grandma. Next thing you know, Ski Mask Candy is saying, yeah, Amber came out to see her grandma, but where her grandma in Dallas is so close to Oklahoma, she drove over here. We got a room. I banged her out. Then, like a month later, he went to jail for for threatening his mom. Remember when everybody called him threatening his mom, and he was telling her he beat her and his stepdad and all that. He was yelling and The police came, he got arrested. He was in jail for like 2 days. When he came back into his first life, back at his mother's house in the bathroom, same woman he was going to beat and kill that a couple of nights before, same woman whose arm he done broke, shoulder he done broke, all that. Amber put in the thing, I just sent you a DoorDash. So one, she know what he eats. She know his address. This married woman of a man who's saying he spanged you out. A man who you said you ski. Oh, ski. Oh, ski. Honey, I don't know no married man who would allow that woman to do that. I love to see Brooke on here telling the man the skeet. And then he's like, oh, she just says it. She's just a funny little fox. Oh, Maria, you just said it. You're just so funny. Oh, ambulance, what did you say to that man? Skeet in your face. Oh, cat. Honey, is that how you talk to all the men? Classy responses. This is a chick who got on here and had the Holy Ghost. I think she had a ghost, all right. But didn't I tell y'all earlier when I was talking about Evangelist Val and when we talking about people in religion, that even the devil said, but they ain't even as clever as the devil. I ain't even gonna give these people the rights of that. I'm not even gonna give them that much credit. Yeah, I remember. 172 pounds. Woo! Woo! I'm so glad he don't wear that. Because I'm telling you, when he get in my bed and he's like, he's trying to push me out the chair so he can lay down. He's like, why won't you move over? Why don't you get out the chair? This is my chair. This is my chair. But anyway, yeah, these people, these cats, and then they'll be like, I got too much to do. I got a husband, I got kids, I got this, I'm in the PTO, I got this, I got that, then how you got time to be in every chat, all over Reddit, knowing all the gossip? How you know all this if you got all this book time? Because they lying, they ain't booked. They ain't busy neither. They ain't booked or busy. You know, everybody saying hello, Nee. And they say, how you doing, Nee? They said, get out my chair, Nee. They said you don't own me, Nee. Yes, you do. You do own me. You do own me, boy. You do. But Creek, I don't know if I spoke to you during. But yeah, like I said, and once again, it's not to go backwards and say let's stay in the past. It's just since they love telling everybody's past, but certain people. If they go to tell a story and John Yates involved in that past, they'll be like, yeah, it was some people involved, but we don't need to get into all that. So wait, we only gonna talk about them? We gonna leave the other people that was with them out? We gonna leave out the fact that there would be no Jen over here if Amber didn't resurrect her? To try to get at, you know what I'm saying, whoever she was getting, because everything with her is classy. But everybody around here got amnesia, and Heidi don't know none of it. She didn't know nothing Amber did. None of it. She even said when her and Amber fell out, it had nothing to do with you two. What did it have to do with? Because if it was something personal, how did y'all get over it? How did y'all manage to still be talking while y'all wasn't talking? How come she's called you cap-tooth bitches and all this other stuff a friend shouldn't do, but y'all just Gregory Hines tap dancing all over it? Make it make sense. Your sister only get mad at people who did nothing to you, and she don't care about all these white people that done called you all kind of derogatory slurs, done threatened to slam bone tone you, gave out your address. Do your sister ever ask John, like, hey, John, not only did you sit on your channel and read letters from my other sister to try to turn on Heidi, you gave out her address, her real address, where she's still staying right now? Because if she ain't saying that to me, she can't say shit. I fear no man, but God, I don't give a fuck who you go get. But a sister who ain't standing up to those people and actually go on platforms and say, hey, John, how you doing? Hey, John Yates. Girl, I'll never be scared. I'm scared that this is too much selling out for me. Don't make Nola look bad like this. Don't make Louisiana look bad like this. That's how I feel. And half these women sleeping with each other or flirting with each other. Half of them are undercover lesbians. I'm saying it. And even if they marry, we gonna be proud that they lesbians. Then, and I could care less if you're a lesbian or if you gay. But I do care if you married. Because I'm like, once again, here go the statue of morals that come out these bitches. Like, I just can't. I can't. But a lot of them sleeping together. They licking each other. They licking low lovers. Mm-hmm. They are. I ain't never been one. I ain't got up with none of these chicks. I ain't flirted with none of these chicks. But some of these chicks done personally told me they fucking each other. Real talk. So they can leave me out this shit. Because like I said, don't have me bring the proof. Like I said, I ain't going to talk about nothing ain't happened on this internet. But I promise you, if you did it, we can go toe for toe. But I want to. So like I said, I could have been there. But who cares about y'all? Y'all are losers. Y'all gonna take the rope and do what y'all need to do anyway. I ain't got to worry about doing nothing to y'all. But I'm not gonna hesitate to call you out. He's too cute. But actually, what we gonna do, because like I said, I'm gonna run him out because it's only gonna be after 2 seconds. Cause him in this weather and all that snow, I done made him a path, everything. But he literally will just go and use it. But when he has to use it the worst, he comes to me, then he goes and stands at the door. So that's when he's saying, look, you see this, you see the leash, you see me? Like there's no more. But then sometimes it's also because I told him if he was a good boy and not clickety clacking walking back and forth, he'd get a treat. And you know he never forgets the look. Bubba, you know I'm gonna give you a treat. Can you not get your mouth that close to mine? God, Baba. Now I need a treat. So we ordered him a doggy cake. I've never given him a doggy cake, but they have doggy cake, so we got him a doggy cake. Now I've given him the doggy cups, like ice cream. Oh, see, you just got so close. I feel like Fur got in my eye. Oh. All right, guys. So that means I'm definitely about to take him out and about to get out. But like I said, but yeah, like I said, I'm probably gonna do another pajama jam today. I plan to do a pajama jam every Sunday in December because it's the end of the year. And one thing about me is I always in December I'm gonna post a lot. But I did want to finish the year in the way I did it with lots of shorts, lots of uploads. That's what I plan to do. But like I said, it was just a few story times that I just feel like a lot of this stuff is past stuff and people pretend to be friends, but really their motive is to get those same people. And some people just can't be honest and say, hey, I really don't like them. I tried to give them a chance, but now that I see they're on the other team, I'm going back to my original plan. And one of the original reasons I am a YouTube content creator is because people like Amber and John, like it's several, but when it comes to ones y'all might know, those are people who are terrible to me. They are terrible people to this internet. And it's not me they've done it to, so don't think it's personal. But when you really care, it don't have to be me. I care. That's what separates me from them too. And I'm active and plugged enough in myself that I can stand up for what I believe in, knowing even if it has consequences. What you gonna prove? Y'all dox people like I say y'all do? What you gonna prove? Y'all gang up and have to all go on your panels and talk about one person? Okay. And when you're done, I'll still be happier than you. And this Christmas, I'll still have better love and gifts than you will. And I'll still be loved by my family. And I'll still have one of the greatest dogs in the dog kingdom. And I'll still love me. I still love me, Bubba. You made my eye tear up, though. You really did. Yeah, and I still love me. And that's what separates me from them. They don't love themselves. That's why they allow people to treat them like shit and then love them more than they love themselves. Not me. For 2026, y'all, please just love you, stand up for you, stand for what you believe in, and make sure your channel truly represents you. That's it. Just do that. That's it. That's it. And if it's messy, let it rep you messy. It is what it is. It is what it is. But like I said, it's been some OGing, and I could keep talking, and I plan to do an upload video, a little 5-minute videos on some things I think about, where they just quick little my thoughts on it. You know what I mean? But other than that, I'm just gonna post in however I feel, whenever. That's really what I'm gonna do. But I do plan to go live again. But we're gonna go ahead and get out of here because I need to rinse my eye out because I feel like a piece of his hair flew in my eye and it's tearing up. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's tearing up. But guys, I love you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming in. Like I said, I got nothing against nobody. The people that I don't mess with, they know that already. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here to bully them. I don't need a team. Nobody's ever had to send me information for me to bring out none of that. And like I said, if we want to go and pull out what's facts of what you've done on here, I got them. I got them. They weren't sent to me. I got them. I got them. And not afraid to say it. I got it. And it'll prove these people are exactly who I'm saying, and they'll never prove I'm who they saying I am. Oh, who I scared? The 2 people y'all set up on me. Y'all sent Sweaty to me, and y'all sent. I was called to be. Oh, Sweaty want to send you that 9 access help for nothing. And I didn't. I was grateful, and I stated I don't like taking stuff from people like this because I don't want people throwing shit in my face. And I was told I would never. She said that on a live. Nobody held that. That was later. The biggest user. Cat Mama searched me out. When I first met Cat Mama, she actually left Vegas early because Heidi kept checking her. So she actually told her she was going to the bathroom and broke up out of there. Okay? She then asked Heidi to give her my number because she want to talk to me. I ain't go looking for nobody. Y'all not going to put me out as something I'm not when y'all are all that. Like I said, y'all check each other. Y'all talk shit about each other. Y'all come on and send other people screenshots of what. Like I said, she was so-called sending you screenshots and you was sending it to everybody else. Y'all the shadiest friends I've ever met in my life. You hated Maria, then you want to be Maria's best friend, so you could be in a lawsuit. Then when the lawsuit was over, then you hated Maria, and now you're on John's lawsuit. Y'all the big flip-floppiest people I've ever seen in my life. But I thank God I'm not. No, I'm not. That's why it's easy to talk about y'all and laugh. And make other people think outside the box. Stop being a sucker for these suckers. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a sucker like these? Not many, because they already been sucked. All of them. Sucked up. Wow, they trash. But anyway, we're going to get out of here. We're going to get out of here because I don't think I'm better than nobody but them. I know I'm better than all of them. Like I said, they 6-figure, married, $1 million houses, all this, and they the most bitter, unhappy, stay in shit, stay anywhere. Black women who stay with the most racist white people, women and men I've ever seen in my life. I never seen this in my life. And if they have any rebuttal, I'm going to care about it as much as I care about them. Not at all. Because this wasn't a back and forth. This was my opinion. I stated it. And like I said, for the end of this year, I'm just going to recap what I've thought of this year. Why I wanted to sit back and watch how these people are predictable. Why I wanted to watch why people shed and show themselves if they were revealed to be exactly who they've been. That's all. That's it. And they've done it. They've done it. And all of them, every information you get on any of them, they were once friends. Not one of them weren't once friends when they turned on each other and brought it to us. And then they mad at us because we still remember. Sorry. Not sorry. I love you guys. Remember what I told you. Enjoy your Sunday. It is our day. It's Pajama Jammy Jam. The Crama Reels, how you doing? Oh, you didn't get a notification. And y'all, I promise you, I set this one an hour in advance so people could get a notification. I plan to come back later, but I definitely, like I said, some of this stuff, I'm like, did she bring up her daughter for that fakeness? Mm-hmm. I tried not to say nothing when they all went in on Jen. And I'm like, half of y'all are telling us stuff that y'all should have never been friends with her 2 months ago. If you really felt this way about it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's fakeness for me. It's fakeness for me. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, and then today I had it on you had to be 3 because I was like, I don't have time for people who just going to come in because you're talking about them and they want to say some goofy stuff. And notice how we didn't have that because I put it on 3 days of subscribing. Forget that 20 minutes. I got 20 minutes to wait. I'm going to talk more than 20 minutes. But like I said, I love you guys. I will see you later. We'll be back later. And like I said, we'll use the board because there were some things I wanted to write out on the board. I didn't get around to it. But I am out. Love you. Have a good Sunday. See ya. See ya. Say see ya, boo. Oh, don't lick my face. You have been thinking you lick my face and you don't, boo. Oh, he's so bad. He's so bad. He always want to be Lassie. He always want to be Lassie. Look, I'm not Timmy. See you guys later. Me and Lassie. We're out. See ya. Come on. Let's go, big boy.